Hey, greetings, Mr. Tony South. Greetings. Wow, you're the first person to do. Hey. You don't take over from a highly favored. Oh my God, highly favored. Somebody has taken over from you. Yeah. Welcome, Mr. Tony South. I have to send you champagne here. Ah ah. I have to send you champagne. Are you kidding me? Eh? Hey, Oluwasegun, welcome, welcome. Yeah, area. Not to how now, long time, my darling. Welcome. So good to see everyone. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. I hope you had a great celebration for those who celebrated. I hope you had a great celebration. So, greetings to everybody. I hope you're having a chilled out day. I hope you're not the sun, almost. I hope so you they drink plenty water because the sun not be anybody made to. They look anybody face. I'm telling you. But actually, to be honest, today was a lot better. To be honest, today was a lot better. The breeze mixed with the sun. I had my face in the sun all day. I mean, well, when I went outside, not all day, but it was really fun. I enjoyed the breeze, and I enjoyed the sun. Make it touch my body, you know. So I hope you're staying cool, I beg, and keep yourself hydrated. Tony South, I don't send you champagne for being the first today. Hey, oh boy. Yes, so that's good. I'm glad. Greetings from UAE. Oh wow, that's awesome. You were the first. No, it was Tony. Oh, not Tony miss you. Wait, oh, not Tony now. Eh, you were the first life with Natu. I not see. Okay, now yeah, make I send you your own champagne to waiting. You get a champagne. You get a champagne. Everybody gets a champagne. Are you kidding me? My girl must get champagne. Are you kidding? This champagne must go round. I beg. Drink and be jollificate. Drink and be merry. Oh, you didn't send a message. Oh, welcome, welcome. You sef na first, Oluwasegun. Okay now. All right, you get a champagne as well. Wait. There's a lot where that came from. You get a champagne. Everybody na champagne today. Pop, 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 champagne. You're challenging it in court. Go to court. Go to court. I dey fear to tell people now to go to court to abeg make person no go jam somebody like Peter Obi. Hey, that go to court you go choke on am Oh my goodness, guys. I'm telling you, in fact, everybody gets a champagne. Just dey pop champagne wherever you dey. Guys, today was a great day. I'm not going to lie. I celebrated. I'm very happy with the progress that our principal is making in court on our behalf. Kudos to our VP, our very own VP, Ahmed Dati, man. The guy looking dapper in his suit and everything all they arrange. Oh my God. My heart sweets me, my heart totori me today. Oh my God. I was so happy the progress made, and kudos to all the LP lawyers. Man, you guys, we're going to listen to all of it today. By the way, I know they spent past 1 hour today. So all the lives when I dey make 5 4 hours at the end of the day demonetized because people they use words when they're not supposed to use, like the K words, the R words, those very triggering words. Sometimes I can't help, you can't help it and people just say it and blurt it out. But YouTube is very sensitive. It would immediately demonetize, whatever, right? So, and you guys don't give super chats. So I dey take my time to do this thing, because I really want our country to work for every one of us. So even with all that, 4 hours being demonetized, and like it doesn't really bother me so much, but it will help if I get support with a super chat or thanks. There's an icon on the video that says thanks if you're doing a replay, or you can, send something through my PayPal account and all of that. It's a way of supporting, because this is really a thankless job. You know what I mean? So I'm only going to be doing 1 hour because I get things to do, very very important things when I dey work on myself. So it's a sacrifice to come here. So I like to be encouraged. Who not like encouragement? Even though we all fighting for our country, but I mean, I don't even need to talk but I just feel the need to. So all the videos are always demonetized, just so you guys know. Um, Majority of the videos, apart from the ones I made and just uploaded, those are the only ones that are safe from all of this. So, hey, Eunice, welcome, sis. Good to see you. Good to see you here. So, we're going to get right into it, guys. And yes, so thank you very much, Oluwasegun. Thank you. Please, you guys share and share and share. If you have not yet subscribed, Biko subscribe. Biko subscribe, share. Let people come and learn. We are building a new Nigeria. People, we need to educate each other. We need to learn. We need to history, everything. We need to reacquaint ourselves with each other. Honestly, we need to start building a love that is big, not be small love. Like, we need to start developing that, because there's just too much beef that these people have created. So we gotta do better by ourselves. So please, you guys, share the videos, invite your friends, invite your enemies. All of them, they have something to learn, right? So Agbado people, they listen to all of us. So why won't you invite your own enemies? Invite your brothers and your sisters, your parents, everybody. Let everybody come and learn. Those who know better, let them come and teach us. Because me, I have it. I like to learn. I like to listen to people. So please, yeah. So I beg you. Mirabel, welcome, my darling. You're early. Yes, I see that. So good to see you. Oh my God. No, no, they are not demon. God. Mirabel, which you dey hear? Only you go hear something different. What will I do with you, Mirabel? What will I do? Thank you very much, Oluwasegun, for helping me to correct my Mirabel. Mira, according to Neka. Na Mira. Anyway, let's get right straight into the videos so we can keep to time today.
Hearing itself, and we're saying that the different parties have called witnesses
Can
in
you
the
guys
matter.
hear it?
After calling their witnesses,
How's
we're
the video on
seeing
your end?
examination in.
Can you guys hear? Please let me know if you can hear. I know, Mirabel. I just dey pull your legs. Can you guys hear the video? I beg. I want more na hear first though, because it thing sound low for my side. I don't know why. It sounds low. More na like as una dey enter oh, I beg.
Achieved mass examination and the re-examination, and now we are hearing that there might be some kind of adoption of written statements and from the different political parties and their addresses. So we are hoping to see. So we're hearing tick, trial, and all of those processes in the trial processes have been ticked. Now, what we are hoping to see: adoption of written addresses, final addresses, and the judgment. Then the tribunal will be done with its work. So that is where we are tonight. I'm being joined by a lawyer and one of the spokespersons of the Labour Party presidential campaign, Mr. Dele Farutimi. Joins us live here in Abuja. So thank you so much, Mr. Farutimi, for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much indeed.
Except to say I'm not a lawyer again, because it's important that distinction be made clear.
You are not a lawyer again.
I am retired.
Can you retire? If you've been called to the bar, you've been called to the bar.
Yeah, but I can choose to decide that I've called it a day on the profession, the practice of the law itself. I've called it a day. Did that 5 years ago, and I'm done.
Why? Why so?
Multiple reasons, but the key one being the fact that I'd always desired to leave the practice of law after a point, but the fact that it has become increasingly possible to practice law in a lawless environment, it was very easy to say bye-bye. But that predated, let me be clear, it wasn't like Nigeria became like this overnight. It was like this since I was born. So I'd already made it clear to myself that once I got to a point in my life, I was going to say goodbye to earning a living, saying my Lord and your worship to people I know are not in any way fitting or deserving to be called those names. I know that I live in a country that is ruled essentially by impunity and not law. So whilst I could play that game of practicing law until a point in my life, I understood clearly that after 50, the life is essentially over, really. You can't keep living to earn a living after 50. So I told myself since I was in the university, and all my friends who are in university with me will tell you, I told them back then, once I turned 50, I was leaving. So it's not just the fact that the judiciary or the legal system is at best a sham. That's not just the reason. I had a personal desire to leave by the time I turned 50, and it helped to say bye-bye
So
because
in
of
some way, you lost hope in the judicial process in
I never
Nigeria.
had any hope in the judiciary at any
Why?
point
So
in
why do
time.
you bow them before the temple of justice?
Hold on, hold on. It is one thing to read law to earn a living, to read law so that you also know what the law says, or to read law in the delusion that you might get justice out of a judicial system that is not designed to deliver justice. So I'm not suggesting that there aren't instances where you can extract justice out of the system. You would have episodic periods when justice will be delivered, either because the judex himself has a conscience or because you were fortunate to have all the evidence stacked in your favor and impossible for anyone to twist the outcome. But the reality is that the judiciary is hardly the last hope of the common man in our country. We must be bold enough to tell ourselves this truth.
How bad are things?
Horrible. Our judiciary is no different from our custom or our police or any other part of the Nigerian state. Why should we be surprised that the judiciary reflects us? It is us. We are the ones who are there. So it is either we are good enough as a people to do justice to ourselves, or we are not. So we should at least tell ourselves this home truth. The judiciary is not staffed by people from Ghana, Togo, Lome, or anywhere else. They are Nigerians like me and you, bowing to the same pressure, knowing the truths that me and you know, that we sometimes find difficult to express for several reasons. Not only fear.
How so? Why do you think things get so bad? I mean, there are other climes where even in the UK, in the US, you make there are extrapolation about how bad things are within their judiciary also. But I mean, why do you think things in Nigeria, especially in the judiciary, are differently horrible like you've described
No,
it?
no, 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 no. I didn't say especially. See, our situation is this. In the absence of the rule of law, we have become a people governed essentially by the administration of impunity. The policeman who is supposed to enforce the law, in the absence of laws to enforce, has to enforce some form of order. And the order he enforces is based on the whim of the political masters he serves. So you find, in essence, that the policeman is administering impunity. So when he is done administering impunity, somebody has to pretend to uphold the law, and that is the judiciary. But the judiciary in question is peopled essentially by the likes of me and you and all the other Nigerians. The appointive process has already assured problems because it's coming through the same filter that filters the same segments of society from which you and I are drawn. So a lawyer coming out of this system is nominated by those who are given the powers of nomination for judicial offices. It's no wonder that you sometimes find that the list of appointed judges is reflective of who is who in the judiciary. So the judiciary has more or less become an hereditary position found on who you know, who your parents are, or your political affiliations. It's become a way to settle persons who are children of the system. So you then begin to get the casualization of our judiciary.
Is that an English word?
Well, we have to introduce it into our word. If we have a situation where a senator in his valedictory speech is telling us how decisions are made in our judiciary.
But
And the man's name happens to be Bukachua, so we might as well attribute it to him.
The woman, the Honorable Justice Bukachua, had denied.
She
what her
can
husband
deny
said.
anything she cares to deny, as much as she cares to deny it. But when I'm sat in this country and I am seeing obscene, bizarre decisions of courts that have no bearing on common sense, and it is normalized as coming from hallowed chambers, and I'm supposed to find some level of explanation so that I might rationalize the insanity that has become normal in my space. So a man comes voluntarily and speaks. What he said is not, we don't need to begin to interpret it. It's not about 25% of this. He spoke unambiguously. Man was clear.
Let's speak about the explanation of INEC vis-a-vis also what the EU had said. And I mean, you watched the edition of the program. And the Labour Party has been itching to react to that conversation about what Mr. Festus Okoye said. What are the reactions within the Labour Party about this?
I'll say this. Since Mr. Okoye's vituperations on your show, I have not sat in any collective of the Labour Party, but I will speak as a Nigerian, of course, one who worked within the Labour Party conclave and who has had occasion, of course, to speak one or two persons. I wasn't in any way, shape, or form surprised by Mr. Festus Okoye's vituperations in your chambers.
Would you call it vituperations?
They are vituperations because they have
his own explanation.
No, they are vituperations. Vituperations are essentially outflows that do not flow from common sense. And that is what the gentleman did in your chambers here. Let me be very clear. INEC is a public body established by law, bound to work according to the law. It advertised its guidelines. It told the world what the guidelines were going to be. The taste of the pudding is in the eating. The reality is that for a long time, the electoral processes had been abandoned by Nigerians because they lack trust and confidence in the process. So the advertisement of Beavers, the IRF and everything, they were quite vociferous in explaining to Nigerians and reassuring us of what would happen with the system. To now have Mr. Festus Okoye sit down here and open his mouth, there must be a disconnect between the mouth and the brain box for him to offer anything short of an apology, unreserved one, to Nigerians for the utter failure to pretended by INEC. Let me say this. In a sane environment where people are still governed by reason, the likes of Mr. Festus Okoye should either have resigned or be somewhere writing his statements, explaining to Nigerians what happened. Glitch. The question is that glitch. Is it a glitch in human brain, a glitch in the technical systems, or a glitch occasioned by the complete shutdown of human conscience? So when the person now comes here and he sits down and he begins to offer explanations at variance with common sense, as has been attested to by anybody who observed this election or was here in this country, all the evidences are very clear, and it shows very clearly that everything that should work on that day worked except INEC. The integrity of INEC as an institution went on exile. So if a person who is now purporting to speak on behalf of such an organization is so lacking in shame that he will sit down here and even things that shouldn't issue forth for, I'm no longer practicing, and I'm restrained in speaking to the case that is before the court.
So, I like us to stay away from the personality of
no,
Mr.
it's not about
so that we can just
say
about. No, let's say on the issue. And I'd like to take you on some of the things he said to us. That is the explanation of the commission, that the commission within its capacity did its best. And let's look at it first and foremost. One of the things I promised was the beavers. So the question is, do you think that the beavers worked?
Everything worked except INEC.
Okay, so when you say everything worked except INEC, yes. What exactly do you mean by that?
Okay. I wasn't just speaking to the election. I participated. I was at the polling unit as designated. The beavers machine worked as much as it was allowed to work by human machinations. Because at my own polling booth, the first said, oh, some alphabets were not working, so they couldn't accredit those on time. We later realized that it was designed to frustrate some people into leaving. But people were determined to vote, so they waited. Eventually, in my place, they allowed the beavers machine to accredit those they had earlier left out. Voting did not end in my polling unit until about 8:40 something in the evening, and they did not finish counting until about 1:42 or 1:43
a.m.
a.m.
That's the following day.
Yes.
Is this isolated in your area, or was this what it was common around where you have friends, or what your party, for example?
It would be unfair to everybody concerned, including myself, for me to speak to what is outside my direct knowledge and participation. I am speaking to what I saw. How many of those incidents you might find all over the country will be left to observers to say or speak to? But on the day in question, everything worked in my own space until it came to upload. And then they could upload House of Reps, they could upload Senate, but the presidential election result was not amenable to upload.
To your mind, what do you think went wrong?
It is very clear what went wrong. INEC deliberately, and I say this without any equivocation and with all sense of responsibility, INEC deliberately sabotaged the electoral process because it was working to a predetermined, obnoxious, and nauseous conclusion. It's not about the system failing. It's about human beings electing on their own to sabotage a system. This is, if I switch off the TV screen behind you, it goes off. But it required my intervention to go off.
If you look at the 2015 election, I don't know if you participated, and you jump into 2019 and then 2023, if you look at those three last elections, how would you describe the development and the progress of our electoral process?
Let me put it this way. What INEC has done is that it has more or less placed our democracy. I wasn't always convinced as to the truthfulness of that exercise anyway, but what they have done essentially is to remove the place of the citizens, the place of the voters from the electoral process. It simply means that any two-bit person that is assigned to the office of the electoral, the chairman of INEC can do exactly what the resident commissioner in Adamawa did, and unilaterally on his own, following the example of Yakubu, declare anybody he cares to declare and say, go to court. So if you're looking at the 2015 election, the 2019 election, all I can tell you is that the 2023 election is the bottom pot of Nigerian electoral malfeasance. Everything that was ever wrong in elections came to the fore in 2023, essentially because Yakubu lost his sense of shame.
So when you are personalizing it...
it's not personalizing. I'm sorry, Shem, I need to clear this.
Yeah, because you are mentioning
I have to mention him.
And it's just one person in that head.
He is the head.
So what would you like him to...
is rotten.
You think he's to blame?
What blame is an institutional blame.
Okay.
The blame is for the entire institution. I dealt with INEC in Lagos on behalf of the Obi campaign. It was my brief to pick up the election material for the petition. I know the level of stonewalling, and I made sure to write officially at the time to let them know. I know the amount of stonewalling, deliberate stonewalling and delays that we encountered from the wreck in Lagos, and everybody concerned with giving us electoral material that we had paid for. We had to bring copiers from outside, from Rank Xerox, to come to INEC, to come and make photocopies. It was that bad. They stonewalled us every step of the way. So if I'm saying Yakubu, I'm only speaking about Yakubu as a type, not as a person. He's a type, but he is the one who sits at the head of the organization.
So you think the 2023 outing of
is
INEC
the worst ever?
So, but how then do you think the election was rigged? or was manipulated, or how would you describe it?
Put it this way. If we're speaking to the participation of Nigerians, their involvement in the process, you cannot fault Nigerians. Across the political divides, we might have our differences, we had our arguments, but the beauty of democracy is that when you vote and somebody emerges in a clear and credible process, you applaud. And then you go away, you go prepare for the next election, expecting and hoping that you'll be able to persuade the people by showing how bad the policies of the people who have won might have been, so that they will vote for you the next time. But in a situation where you see the level of brigandage that were evidenced, especially on March 18, not just the 25th now, the level of violence, intimidation, complete takeover of the city space by criminal elements, ably abetted by agents of state.
These are outside of the roles of INEC, isn't it?
Let me put it this way. If INEC, as an institution, is examined, and then you look outside, you don't look beyond INEC, you'll first of all be having a distorted picture. Is a system. INEC is only a part of that system. The judiciary is a part of that system. The police is a part of that system. It's a systemic failure. But we are dealing specifically with INEC. And that's why you may, and as you have pointed out, say, okay, what about INEC? Point is, INEC, it was the principal failure on the day. Every other one was tangential.
Mr. Farotimi, you look at it, your party, the Labour Party, has presently about 34 seats in the House of Reps. If you say the process is flawed, how did you achieve that?
I'll tell you. If you recall, when I was explaining what happened on the day, I said when it came to uploading the House of Reps, it worked okay, right? When it came to uploading the House of the Senate, it worked all right. But the presidential election upload was deliberately sabotaged. Those were my words. So that does not in any way, shape, or form contradict the position.
So you look at it again and say, IREV is what you see as a major problem. Promise made by INEC?
No. See,
what in what sense? Because the upload of result is about the IREV, which INEC itself, they said they had a glitch. The glitch is what was difficult to explain right here.
Look,
whether it was human glitch or a mechanical glitch, it was a difficult one to explain.
So, the Americans have this funny thing they say if it waddles like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it's most likely a duck. You tell me you have a technical glitch. I'm something of a Luddite. I can hardly find my way around my phone. But I do know that if I have a glitch of any sort, there are digital footprints that any techie person would be able to analyze and tell to the world exactly what the case might have been.
So the question I'd like to ask you is that if uploading is what really worried
it's
the
not
process,
uploading that worries me.
So I'm asking, from the evidence that you have, because there are copies of the result at every polling unit.
Yeah.
What are you learning about what you have on your hands manually, aside what is supposed to be technically uploaded or transmitted?
What we know as a fact is that Yakubu cannot rationally explain to anybody in the world how he arrived at the result that he announced, because what we have is at variance with what they are even busy uploading in most cases, even though they have not even finished uploading up until today. And yet, a winner was declared by INEC.
So you think the original result and what we have is far apart?
No. The integrity of that election has been undermined and compromised almost beyond repair by INEC, because what it is uploading on its portal, what individuals took away as from EC8A, the agents, they are not consistent.
All right. So I would like us to anchor on this point. When you hear Mr. Peter Obi say, I'm not asking that he's more bothered about the process.
Yeah.
Is it that he's lost hope in winning at the tribunal, What exactly does this mean?
I think there is
or
a
what is a
misunderstanding.
what is a way forward from this point?
Thank you. There is a misunderstanding when Mr. Obi says that, and I would explain. When he says that he's focused on the process, what he's explaining is that the process itself, if it is flawed, fundamentally flawed, open to manipulation, not transparent, what it has produced cannot be said to be good.
Absolutely.
So let's deal with that process. Look at how it has affected the outcome. If the process is deemed to be bad, the product is obviously not going to be acceptable.
Exactly.
It is our belief that if the judiciary is indeed the last hope of the common man, if it is not to capitulate and ensure the death of this democracy, then it must look at the process that has produced the incongruent situation that we have found ourselves in today, and then tell us, is this normal? Is this as it should be? Is this the precedence we want to set for elections in our country? That is up to the judiciary.
We're hoping and believing that we have a better country. And
Amen
I know
to that.
And I know that you believe in this country. Albeit you may be an angry Nigerian. But we do hope for a better Nigeria.
I believe in Nigeria, and that is why I can't leave this country. But I believe in something that does not exist and has to be battered. It is up to the judiciary to help us midwife a Nigeria that we can all be proud of. I believe in Nigeria, but not in this one that is killing all of us and strangulating us.
Lele Farutimi, a retired lawyer.
Thank you.
Man, fantastic. I mean, thoroughly enjoyed that interview. I'm going to play INEC's response. Apparently, INEC came up with some shoddy response. Let's hear what they have to say, my people. Make all of us sit down, listen to her together. Make we verse together. We never see Mahmoud since, but apparently the man show up finally. When he see EU report, they come out. They won't come do clean up. Let's hear what they have to say.
Directors and directing department. As always, I welcome you all to this meeting. The purpose is to reflect on the subject matter of the just concluded 2023 general election. Following the conclusion of the election, the time has come for introspection, stock-taking, review, and evaluation. Since the conclusion of the election, diverse opinions have been expressed by political parties, candidates.
I beg, guys, can you keep the likes going up, please? We only have what 20, about 19 likes and 40 something people watching. Please, click on the like button, my people. Please, 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 keep the likes going. Likes are pretty low, so please just keep the likes going. It's going up. Yeah, keep taking it up. Thank you, guys.
Observers, analysts, and the general public on aspects of the elections that took place in February and March. Such diverse opinions should normally be expected, and the Commission welcomes all of them insofar as their purpose is to improve the future conduct of elections and to consolidate our democracy. The Commission has consciously not joined in these commentaries in the immediate aftermath of the election for several reasons. First, our preference is to listen more and draw lessons rather than join in the heated and often emotive discussion on the election. Second, since we plan to conduct our own
Thunder, 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 fire the mouth when you take talk that make that comment just now. E fire am.
review of the election, we see no need to preempt the process. Third, The Commission would not want to be seen as defensive or justificatory in joining the ongoing discussions. Finally, and perhaps most importantly, several issues around the election are sub judice, and it is not the intention of the Commission to either undermine or promote the chances of litigants in the various election petition courts beyond what is required of us by the legal process. Indeed, practically anything coming from the Commission could be cited by litigants as either justifying their claims or an indication of bias against them. The foregoing notwithstanding, it is appropriate at this point to make a few broad remarks about the 2023 general election as we commence our review of the same election. In doing this, it is necessary to look at the entire process before, during, and after the election to make an informed assessment. Granted that events on election day are probably the most important in terms of optics of elections, it is also very essential to look at the totality of the process. This is necessary if we are to learn the full lessons of the election going forward. Compared to some previous elections, we believe that the 2023 general election was one of the most meticulously prepared for in recent times. Learning from previous experiences, we started preparations immediately after the 2019 general election, carefully ticking the necessary boxes over a 4-year period. It is the need to learn from both the positives and the shortcomings that makes the stock taking that we are embarking upon today very essential. Among the positive stories is that the security challenge with threatening to derail the elections did not materialize. Concerns that the polls will be disrupted by the perennial insecurity across the country fizzled out on election day, as the elections were largely peaceful. Despite currency and fuel challenges and widespread attacks on our personnel and facilities nationwide, the Commission proceeded with the election as scheduled. The first set of elections, the Presidential and National Assembly, held as planned for the first time in the last 4 general elections conducted in the country. Accreditation using the bimodal voter accreditation system, the BVAS, has generally been scored very high by voters. Our records show that the success rate of the BVAS accreditation stands at 98% compared to the smart card readers 29.2% during the 2019 general election. Above all, despite the divergent opinions about the outcome of the election, the overall outlook suggests that it is fair reflection of a complex multi-party democracy. We wish to remind Nigerians that elections were held for a total of 1,491 constituencies, made up of 1 presidential, 28 governorship, 109 senatorial, 360 federal constituencies, and 993 state assembly seats. Our record shows that these elections have produced the most diverse outcomes ever produced since 1999. Today, 5 political parties produce state governors, 7 parties won senatorial seats, 8 are represented in the House of Representatives, and 9 in the state houses of assembly. Clearly, the 10th National Assembly is certainly the most diverse in party representation since 1999. In some states around the country, different political parties control the legislative and executive arms of government. What is clear from these records also is that the days of single party dominance of our national politics are probably gone. Furthermore, many prominent candidates lost in the constituencies they contested, and political parties lost in some of their presumed strongholds. Still, we must acknowledge that there were some challenges, which were structural, infrastructural, and human in nature. Indeed, it is in furtherance of our determination to address the challenges as we prepare for future elections that the Commission is commencing its post-election review engagements today. We are presently looking at all the evidence of infractions during the election, including the prosecution of electoral offenders. We are looking at the activities of all actors involved in the election, including some of our high-ranking officials. I can confirm that the Nigeria police concluded
Some of them are in Saudi Arabia. The one that did that that fraudulently, was it in Adamawa state now, which state now, when they say they no know where the man dey. The guy is resting, living soft life in Saudi Arabia. They saw him there in the house of prayers. Oga, we see your hand o, you are really disciplining them. All this grammar when you dey speak, you belong in jail. That's where you belong.
its investigation of the conduct of our resident electoral commissioner in Adamawa State and submitted the case file to us. Appropriate action will be taken in
Lórí
a matter
irọ́.
of days, and Nigerians will be fully informed.
I go say you
I
dey
can also
among.
confirm that we have received 215 case files from the Nigeria police following their arrest and the conclusion of investigation into electoral offenses
Make una no go carry other pipo children put for jail o, as una dey squeeze the life out of pipo. Make una no go use their lives exchange, make una no go use their life exchange for una own, because you suppose dey front of the people wey dey go jail. I hope so no be that one una wan do, because na that's you people's way. You go and use the poor children, you go and carry them and go and put them in jail and claim that they are the offenders. We hope all your top police officers and your military personnel that carried out this shoddy, this shameful act during election that unalive people and maimed people, if you need to dey front of the line marching to jail.
arising from the 2023 general election. We are working with the Nigerian Bar Association, the NBA, to prosecute the alleged offenders. Already, the Bar Association has submitted a list of 427 lawyers across the country who have volunteered to render pro bono services to the Commission.
424. Wetin dem dey defend? Why are the lawyers doing it for free? Una don already settle them. Why dem no go come out talk say dem wan do am for free? Na una way be that. Meanwhile, the common person for street, if e see bread, una no dey even wait, una put tire for im neck. 400. I wonder why the Bar Association, by now they suppose disbar so many people. So many people not deserve to be lawyers. They suppose number one on that list na Otobokeyamu. Otobokeyamu and FFK, they go first disbar them, comot license from their hand. Clean the judiciary is in need of cleaning, including you, professor. That professor return am to the school when give am to you, because you not deserve. You suppose dey inside bush somewhere.
Charging legal fees, but by mutual agreement, the Commission will provide a token amount to cover for filing fees and other expenses. We are grateful to the Nigerian Bar Association. We are grateful to the Nigerian Bar Association and its president, Yakubu Mekeu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, for this historic collaboration. Similarly, we are working with the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission on the prosecution of cases relating to vote buying and associated violations. In the next few weeks, several internal debriefing meetings will be held, culminating in engagements with stakeholders. I implore the resident electoral commissioners as senior officials of the Commission to lead the discussion on all aspects of the election, from preparations, conduct, and aftermath, frankly and constructively. Among other issues, I expect you to cover such specific areas as: one, operational processes for the continuous voter registration and the general election, including planning, organization, coordination, and evaluation of activities, focusing particularly on such specific issues as the issuance of voters' cards, logistics, delivery of materials, deployment of personnel, and so on and so forth. Number two, legal framework for the conduct of elections with a view to addressing any key legal challenges that may have arisen prior to the 2023 general election, which were not envisaged before the election. Three, technologies deployed in the electoral process, including INEC voter enrollment device, the IVED, the INEC result viewing portal, the IREV, bimodal voter accreditation system, the BEVAS, party nomination portal, observers, media, and polling stroke collation agents accreditation portals, focusing particularly on their performance. Four, effectiveness of overall administrative procedures and channels within the Commission in the coordination and execution of pre-election, election, and post-election activities. Five, political party registration, party primaries, and nomination of candidates for the 2023 general election, as well as monitoring of the processes. Six, process of recruitment, training, deployment, and performance of all categories of ad hoc staff during the continuous voter registration exercise and the general election. And seven, strengthening the Commission's cooperation and relations with other bodies, including ministries, departments, and agencies, and non-governmental organizations, and any other issues in the electoral process that are likely to impact on the work of the Commission in future. In line with our policy, at the end of the internal review and engagement with stakeholders, a comprehensive report will be published by the Commission. Furthermore, the Commission has so far received reports from 54 accredited national and international observers. We will give equal prominence to all the reports and review them in a holistic manner to ensure that necessary lessons are learned from their conclusions and recommendations.
Never learn
As
no
a
lesson.
Commission,
Never.
we hope to
You
continue
repeat
to
the
count
same
on the
thing.
support of stakeholders to improve the electoral process in Nigeria. Our work in INEC is enormous.
No, you have to
As
lead.
resident electoral
No,
commissioners,
you need
you
to
are no
lead.
doubt aware
The work is not
that there is no
enormous.
election
You don't
season
collect
in
money.
Nigeria any longer. Numerous off-cycle and by-elections are held throughout the period between one general election and another. Even as we commence our review of the conduct of the 2023 general election, and barely a few weeks after the inauguration of the National and State Houses of Assembly, we are already confronted with 4 by-elections as a result of resignation in the case.
If you like, all these things wey you dey read, you are just reading it to the air. It is of no effect. There is nothing in what you are saying. It does not hold water. You are going to jail. You, Festus Okoye, and all of una. That is what you people are heading to. No matter, if you like, use emotional blackmail. Tell us how difficult it was. If you know say e difficult, why when dem dey tell you say stop the count, you put earbud for ear, you continue in your thievery, because you think say this one na normal, you go fit do am. Una don dey do am for the last 30-40 years, so now you can do it for free. You lie. You are going to jail, mister.
Of Surulere 1 Federal Constituency of Lagos State and death, irrespective of Jalingo Yorozing Federal Constituency of Taraba State, Chibok State Constituency of Borno State, and Chukun State Constituency of Kaduna State. Furthermore, the Commission is preparing for 3 off-cycle governorship elections in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi states, which are scheduled for the 11th of November 2023. We have already published the final
November and now. Why you why you not show up for INEC can't defend court can't defend the glitch one and so na experience. You just dey lie grandfather like you. You better return PhD to those who get well. I'm not sure say the PhD maybe you even bought it. What am I even talking about?
List of candidates for the elections, and campaign in public officially commenced on the 14th of June 2023. The Commission will soon commence the regular stakeholder engagements ahead of the elections. Let me at this point specifically reiterate to the resident electoral commissioners that we are commencing these debriefings with you because you are central to the conduct of elections. Many of you performed very well during the general election under extremely challenging circumstances. I commend you for that.
God thunder go punish all of you.
However, a few of you did not properly manage the tasks lawfully bestowed upon you,
including you. Now you be the oga of the failure. Include
and that's
yourself.
why some of you, the resident electoral commissioners,
you belong to jail. You are going
today.
to jail. You and
I urge you to continue to remain loyal.
You belong
to
in
your
the bush.
office.
You be clearing grass.
Once again,
for
I
90
welcome you all
years.
to this meeting.
That's what you deserve. Useless people. Useless people.
Oh my God, I don't laugh, tire.
I beg you, my sister. I make I play another. May I play response?
You know what the man they do as they talk. I don't know why you remember village headmaster. That man when they call chief tiny. When you go they talk, you go they carry toothpick, they pick it teeth. That's so my matter day. I just as the man they talk, I just they pick my teeth, they look at with one corner eye. I mean, the mere fact that he is bold enough to even come out to talk and he hasn't been stoned.
Before we start to the talk, I want make we listen to the response when Arise News give, and this one they sweet me pass before I enter. Because I need them to give am woto. Hold on, my fair clear.
Lawyers who have offered to, render their services pro bono. I mean, it shows the intent. It shows that, the Nigerian people are involved in this whole electoral process and they want justice. But also, the EU Observer Mission report has been, making a lot of headways across, a lot of sectors, social media. A lot of analysts have talked about the fact that the report is so accurate. As you know, they mentioned the fact that, trust in INEC has been severely damaged due to the failure in uploading, especially the presidential result. The one thing I did not hear from Professor Mahmoud Yakubu was what they were going to do about those technical glitches. He didn't mention the fact that, what it is, what they found. I hope that these 215 offenders, maybe they are part of those offenders who caused those technical glitches. We'll hope to find that. But let me take some, right? We'll find out if they are part of those offenders. But let me take a tweet from human rights activist Rinu Odwala. She quoted the EU Observer Mission report and wrote, "In many places, particularly in the South and Southeast, INEC didn't turn up at all or turned up as late as 1 p.m. This suppressed voter participation. The overall conduct of opening polls was evaluated as bad or very bad in 21 out of 50 polling units." That's the EU report. Then she further quoted another part of the report saying, "By the time INEC declared the presidential results, more than 25% of result sheets were still missing on the IREV portal without no clear explanation or justification," quoting the EU Election Observation Mission report. Dr. Abati.
I don't want to hear what Abati has to say. I'm sorry. I cannot bear to listen to that man. I think I just fast forward. The important person when I want to listen to, now you listen to. People. Anybody want to listen to Abati, I beg, go look for him for Arise News. I don't look forward to listening to him. He has nothing to add. I beg. I don't even know why he still dey work as journalist. Make just go rest. One way you don't try.
Ojo, I love Nigeria.
I love Nigeria too.
I know this country will work, but currently it's a funny scene. we have. If we want to build a country, we tell ourselves the truth. The first question I'd like to ask INEC, because INEC has finished his deposition in court now. They finished his defense. They finished their defense. What happened as regards the glitch?
Thank you.
Is it also part of their review?
So,
After the defense, we did not even see. So now I'm as confused as the first time they talked about the computer glitch. Because after the defense, I have not seen anywhere the real reason for the glitch was talked about and where it was enunciated, a technical report on the glitch. Secondly, INEC said the police sent forward 215. Same police that a police chief was coming to defend somebody that made a very, very incendiary statement. Same police chief defending him on live TV. So is it the police that wants to help prosecute electoral offenders? Did you also see the part of the report that said the police watched on as ballot boxes were snatched? Didn't we see on live TV that day and I came and I challenged the police here? Was it in Lekki or around that area, Ekati, where people were taking ballot and the police officer was just looking? And the police spokesperson said it was just one officer. He couldn't challenge them in return.
Matt here just got final payment on his biggest contract yet. And it was actually pretty easy.
Didn't we see how police officers were taking ballot boxes away in rivers? Didn't you see the video?
Absolutely.
So it's the same police that want to give electoral offenders to INEC to prosecute. We are joking. And why do lawyers even have to prosecute pro bono?
so
Can't INEC put some money aside for its own litigation in its budget every year? How is he spending his own money for litigation? You see, the reason why we talk about election review and nothing happens is because personal interest is more than institutional interest. It's as simple as that. And it's not today we've been hearing about cases like this. As long as you have a personal interest that overrides institutional interest, our institutions become suspect and they're easily swayed. And that's why to defend our institutions become problematic. If we want to make elections work, the day the key stakeholders in Nigeria decide to have free and fair elections, we'll have free and fair elections. As we speak today, we have not decided. And that's why it's still about who can manipulate the system better.
Right.
Also, Electoral Offences Commission, I think even the first step of the review is INEC going back to the waste reports. Till date, we've been talking about Electoral Offences Commission. Since the waste report, we forget in a hurry, the waste report was 2008, 2009. And today we have not done anything. It just shows we are not ready.
All right.
Also, the electoral laws that we have seen many lacunas. We have started this 10th National Assembly. How are they going to review those laws? Are they going to do it? We are not ready. This was the same INEC law that President Muhammadu Buhari chose not to sign before he finally signed it after he had won elections in 2019. Another question we would like to ask INEC. Yes, the BVAS system worked. There was better accreditation and all of that. But will INEC also tell us where they keep the data that they had to wipe out the BVAS accreditation system when they wanted to do the governorship election?
All right.
Because there are many questions we should ask in this review. And if we have not, if INEC is not ready to forensically analyze what constituted the technical glitch they've not given us a report for, I don't think the review has started.
exactly.
So we know how to make Nigeria work. But today, because it still favors a few lot of us, we continue in our ways. But I know this country will do well. It will rise up and it will achieve its full potential one day. But today, the key stakeholders are not ready.
Well, all right.
I beg you, say Mufia, you know get wetin dem wan do onto other things. All these people, INEC just come knack gum together today. Nothing. What did they come to do? Nothing. If for just sit down for where e dey, I not see any. I not understand why even bring him head come out. There's no need. They hear people. You need to listen to wetin happen to court today, bo my people.
Today at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, Tinubu will start his defense. His counsel already started the defense yesterday with the PDP. Before we see today's proceeding, let's quickly appraise yesterday's outing of the INEC witness. The Labour Party and the PDP succeeded in proving all they said in their petition about non-compliance by INEC. The witness corroborated everything they said, and for those feeling disappointed by the LP counsel who cross-examined the witness, that's not how cross-examination works, especially when a witness is in agreement with you. For time constraints, we'll leave this analysis for another video. Now the judges are already in the courtroom and Tinubu's counsel is on his feet. My lords, today's matter is for the second and third respondents. But before we go on, we want to tender some documents. We have served our colleagues with all these documents. My lords, there are 18 items on the schedule, and with my lord's permission, we will tender all before we call out our witness. Tinubu's counsel now begins tendering documents. Among them are letters. One he said was written by the US Embassy concerning Tinubu. Another is a letter that the former IGP wrote to the US Embassy. While he was tendering these documents, the LP counsel is already on his feet to object. My lord, we vehemently oppose these documents and do not consent to it being marked as read, and we will state our reasons in the final address. The court admitted them in evidence and marked them exhibits. We will analyze these letters in another video. We also want to use this opportunity to thank all those supporting us and those that continue to support us, including those who recently joined our membership. Thank you very much. It is well appreciated. Also, for those still saying they don't know how to support, whether you are watching on your phone or desktop, there's always a thanks button below. You can see it here. Click on the thanks button and the amount in your currency will pop up. You can slide it to select the amount that you want. If you love this video and what we do, but you haven't subscribed to our channel, this is the time to subscribe and help us reach the 100,000 subscriber mark. Thank you, everyone. Now, Tinubu's counsel is up to make a request. My lord, we now go to item 3, which is the university certificate of the second respondent from Chicago State University, signed by blah, blah, blah. He also brandishes a receipt and says that they paid $1,000 for the certification, that it was done on the 28th of June, 2023. That's Wednesday last week. All respondents didn't oppose the admissibility of the documents. The LP counsel opposed it like the other one. The court admitted them in evidence anyway. He also tendered data pages of Tinubu's Nigerian passport, which were admitted by the court. He's still seeking permission to continue. My lord, we now seek to tender item 10 and 11, which I will take together. Item 10 is the submission of the registration letter of membership of the second petitioner dated 25th April 2022. Item 11 is the register of the second petitioner's members in Anambra State as certified by the first petitioner. Only the LP counsel objected and the court admitted them in evidence. Tinubu's counsel is seeking permission to continue. Thank you, my lords. With your kind permission, we now take item 6, 7, 8, and 9 together. Item 6 is the US visa issued on February 2011. Item 7 is the data page of the second respondent issued on 12th July 2017. Item 8 is the visa page issued on 25th July 2019. Item 9 is the visa page issued on 18th November 2021. The court admitted them in evidence, only the Labour Party opposed their admission. Tinubu's counsel is not finished. Thank you, my lord. Now I wish to tender the certified true copy of the report of the Committee on the Location of the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. No objection from the respondents. The LP counsel objected, but the court admitted them in evidence. Tinubu's counsel is up again. My lord, I seek to tender item 13 and 14. Item 13 is the copy of ECAD of Kano State in respect of February 25th presidential election. Item 14 is the CTC of Form ECAD of the presidential election on 25th February 2023. No objection from the respondents. The LP counsel, after looking at the documents, addressed the court. My lords, we are not objecting to these certified true copies in agreement to our decision during the pre-hearing. The court admitted them in evidence and marked them exhibits. Tinubu's counsel is making another request. My lord, I seek to separately tender item 15. May I crave your indulgence to correct the dates of the acknowledgement copy of the third respondent's voluntary withdrawal of candidacy from Borno State Central Senatorial District, which should be dated 16th July 2022, not 16th February 2023. After their admission by the court, he addressed the court again. My lord, we now tender item 16, which was gotten from the Supreme Court for the case between PDP and the third respondent. The judgment was delivered on May 26, 2023. Only the LP Council objected to the admissibility of the Supreme Court judgment. The court admitted them anyway. Tinubu's counsel is up again. My lord, we now tender items 17 and 18, which are copies of page 28 of Tribune newspapers of 23rd February and page 27 of Tribune newspaper of 23rd February 2023. Thank you, my lord, for your patience. As he was sitting down, the LP lead counsel, having said no objection, but quickly changed his mind and said, wait. My lord, we object. The cooperation has ended. It's only for confirmed, certified true copies. This put the whole court in hysterics. The court admitted the documents anyway, and Tinubu's counsel is up again to make another request. My lord, we are ready to continue, but there's no one I can dedicate to. All my colleagues have stepped out. They are not back yet, but we are ready to go. We are ready to call our witness now, but my colleagues have all stepped out. We are all human beings. Just give us a break. We are ready. Okay, go and put yourself together. We'll rise for 10 minutes and come back. The presiding judge agreed with his plea for a break. Now the court is back in session and Tinubu's counsel is about to examine their first witness. Tell my lords your name and address. I am Senator Michael Opeyemi Bamidele. I live in Abuja. You are a legislator? Yes, I am. And I have a bachelor's degree from University of Ife and a law degree from University of Benin. I also went to law school, so I'm a barrister, blah, blah, blah. All these are contained in your resume? Yes. Where is it? It is here. My lord, I seek to tender his resume. No one objected to the tendering of the resume and the court admitted it. Tinubu's counsel continues his examination in chief. You recall coming to the registry of this court on 12th April 2023 to depose to a witness statement on oath. Yes, sir. Is this the witness statement? He asked the witness while moving in to show him the statement. Yes, sir, he responded. Do you wish to tender the statement as your evidence? Yes, sir. My lord, we seek to tender the witness statement. After tendering, he continues. In paragraph 31, 32, 49, 51, 101, blah, 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 as your witness statement, you referred to several documents. Yes. Look at these exhibits. Are these the documents? Yes, my lord. In your witness deposition, in paragraph 101 and 114, you deposed to a result of the election in Kano State where you said that the second respondent was not properly recorded by a shortfall of 10,929 votes. Yes. If you see these forms EC8D and EC8DA, can you identify them? Yes. He moves closer to him to show him the exhibits, and the witness responded, yes, these are the documents, and it is contained in column 9 of each of the documents. In paragraph 114, you made reference to International Observer's report. If you see the ECOWAS report, will you be able to identify it? Yes, sir. He moves closer to the witness to show him the report, and he acknowledged. Tell the court who signed the report. It was signed by His Excellency Ernest, the former president of Republic of Sierra Leone and currently head of ECOWAS Electoral Observation Mission to the Republic of Nigeria. My lord, we seek to tender the ECOWAS report. The respondents do not object, but the Labour Party Council objected to the admission of the document. They will state their reason during the final address. The court admitted the report in evidence, and Tinubu's counsel continues its examination in chief. We go back to paragraph 19 and 114 of your statement. You referred to a letter from the second petitioner forwarding the membership to INEC and second petitioner's list of membership register in Anambra State as at 25th April 2022. Yes. Can you identify them? Yes, I can identify them. He moves in to show him the documents and he acknowledged. That will be all, my lord. Tinubu's counsel goes back to his seat. Now it's the turn of INEC to cross-examine the witness, but their counsel told the witness, distinguished senator. Yes, sir, he responded. I have no questions for you. The APC counsel will now have a go. He starts by making a request. My lord, please pause my time. Let me get the documents. But the presiding judge is not having it. Your time starts now, he told him. Okay, you were former chairman of the Senate Committee on Judiciary and now the Senate Majority Leader just yesterday. Yes, that's right. The exhibit which you earlier mentioned does not contain the name of Peter Obi as a member of Labour Party. No, it does not. As a U.S. practicing attorney, you know there cannot be conviction except there is a charge. Apart from the charge, there must be an indictment. I do. Okay, if you look at the exhibit, you know that these documents gives the second respondent a clean bill of health on any criminal record. Yes. Excellent. Please give me the exhibit. It does not contain any conviction or sentence on it. No, it does not. I don't mean to embarrass you. Do you have your New York bar membership papers with you? Yes, I do. My lord, I seek to tender the New York attorney membership and other documents. He moves in to tender them, and the judges are looking at them suspiciously, which made the presiding judge to ask. It does not state anything here. It doesn't say New York. I will just call it American Bar from New York. One of these looks like a complimentary card, not an ID card. Are you tendering a complimentary card? It's done on state-by-state basis in the United States. After 5 years, you can move freely across everywhere, but everyone is a member of the American Bar. The witness tries to correct the
Really?
judges, but he wasn't convinced. This one is a complimentary card and not an ID card, the presiding judge insisted. It's not, my lord, responded the APC counsel, but Honorable Justice Ada is still not satisfied. Witness, is this not a complimentary card? It is my practice card and it is complimentary.
Wow.
The presiding judge continued, we are finding it difficult to describe these documents, and you brought 2 ID cards. They are exactly the same. We cannot take this one. It's complimentary card, but other things can be tendered. My lord, I have plenty of these cards. They issue it every year. The witness tries to convince the presiding judge, but he's still not convinced. So which one is the latest one? The witness now brings out another card, and the APC counsel moves to tender it. No objections from the respondents. The LP counsel objected to the membership card being admitted in evidence. The court admitted it anyway.
Hi. Oh my shoot.
Now it's the turn of the LP counsel to cross-examine the witness. He begins. With a long-standing relationship with Bola Tinubu as a colleague, you know that he's a Nigerian citizen by birth? Yes, my lord. In your witness statement in page 136, paragraph 56, you said you will rely on reports of local and international observers. Yes, the witness answered, but it seems he's looking down, reading a book. This made the LP counsel to tell him, close whatever you are reading there and look at me. You're a lawyer. You know the rules. Take a look at the EU report. He moves closer to show the witness the report, and he acknowledged. He now moves to tender the report. All the respondents are shouting objection, and Tinubu's lawyer stood up. Levi SAN should have told this court that he is tendering an exhibit that is already before the court. Before the court? Asked the presiding judge. Yes, Tinubu's counsel responded. It is for the PDP's case, not this. The presiding judge corrected him and admitted the EU report in evidence. The LP lead counsel continues. Please, my lord, can I respectfully request the exhibit and use it for now to save time? Yes, the presiding judge agrees with him. I just want to read page 60, paragraph 6 to you. He goes on to read the section where he talks about the states that their results are not readable and not posted on IREV. After reading, he made another request. My lord, let me go to ECOWAS report. Witness, read paragraph 17 for us. The witness begins reading it out loud in the courtroom. In this paragraph of the ECOWAS report that Tinubu's counsel tendered, it says that there were incidents of violence, killings were recorded in several states, including the Labour Party candidate in Enugu State, the senatorial candidate. After he finished reading, he told the court that he doesn't agree with the ECOWAS report. The LP counsel responded in surprise. Oh, you don't agree with an evidence you tendered in court? It's okay, you tendered it anyway. Do you have a license to practice law in the state of Illinois? I have a license to practice federal law in the United States. The forfeiture of $460,000, the court made an order that the
Wow.
money represents proceeds of narcotics trafficking. Is that true? It was a civil forfeiture, not a criminal forfeiture. Answer the question. At this point, the presiding judge comes in. Just answer the question. Yes, but it's a civil forfeiture, the witness responded and goes on to explain, but the judge shut him down. You are here as a witness, not an advocate. Just answer the questions. You are an IT expert, the LP counsel continued. No, I'm not. You did not present any license to practice law in New York. No, I didn't. American Bar Association is a voluntary association. It is, but you must have gotten a license as an attorney in one of the states. You know what IREV is? Yes. All through the elections, the presidential election particularly, have you accessed the IREV? I didn't have any reason to. Therefore, it is correct that since you have not accessed it, you cannot say whether the results there are readable or not. That's not correct, sir. Okay, I take it for granted that you have read very well the order made by the court in Chicago. Yes, the court in granting that order made reference to an American law for money laundering. Yes, but that was not in the petition. The judgment referred to Section 981. Did they rely on the Constitution on money laundering? It's 982. Did they rely on it? They relied on 982. Did you see the letter that the IG of police got from US Embassy? Yes. Did you tender it? It was tendered. Okay, that's fine. Did the report state any response on money laundering allegations? It's a general response. They didn't see anything on Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu. At this point, Tinubu's counsel comes in to defend his witness. Please let him answer. To which the LP counsel told him, I'm on my feet and you're taking my time. Your time is up already. I'm on my feet, the LP counsel insisted. Go on, Levy, the presiding judge told him. Witness, does that US Embassy report you brought here show response on money laundering? No, it does not. Very good. So the report does not address any issue. Well, the money laundering is not a criminal case. Oh, okay. That's not what I asked you, but thank you for that response. His time is up, shouted Tinubu's counsel. That's okay. I'm done. The LP counsel bows out. I hope you will not appear before this witness in the Senate one day. Oh. Honorable Justice will not come again. Oh. I'm not in a hurry to leave what I'm doing here, my lord, responded the LP counsel. While everyone was laughing in the courtroom, Tinubu's counsel is up to address the court. My lord, there is no more re-examination. I would like to tell you that the witness stands for both the second and third respondents, and that will be all for our case. My lord, we now seek to close our case. Any objection? Asked the presiding judge. No one raised any objection, and it's now the turn of the APC counsel. My lord, we would like to tell you that the witness appeared for all of us, including the fourth respondent. My lords, you have gone through a lot and need to rest while we try to. He didn't finish his statement and turned towards Levy. You are distracting me. Please stop talking. You don't want to bring more witnesses because you don't want to damage your case further. Bring witnesses, please. I want to greet them. The LP counsel. Please, you don't have any case here. Do yourself a favor and just withdraw the case. APC are still begging for the withdrawal of this case. Just close your case, Fabwemi. You don't have any evidence and you don't have anything else to say. The LP lead counsel knows how to throw jabs. So anyway, the APC counsel continued. Levy, go and write your written address. My lord, we don't have any more witnesses and we hereby seek to close our case. It is official. Now the presiding judge is addressing the court. All respondents have 10 days each to file the written address. The petitioners have 7 days for the written addresses reply, and there will be 5 days to file. The court will notify everyone on the date for adoption. We would inform you about the dates. All the court analysis begins from tomorrow. Thank you for watching.
Hey! Omo. Wahoo. Talk about jabs. Hey, correct basbos. Let me play this short video and that's it. And then we'll talk and we'll wrap this baby up. Thank you so much for your patience, guys. Thank you, Mr. Jonathan and BBMJ, my sis. Thank you for your patience. This is just 3 minutes long and we'll be done.
Well, we thank God that this case has successfully come to successfully completed the hearing today. And the next stage is for us to go into writing of addresses. Well, you must have, I'm sure that you know that INEC called one witness, closed their case. Second and third respondents called one, closed their case. APC had no courage to call any, and they closed their case. Um, the witness for the second and third, the only thing I can say, I encourage you people, look for his deposition, place it side by side with the cross-examination.
Hmm.
You make up your minds and find out whether the two of them are consistent.
Wow.
I don't want to go further into that. You can do the investigation. So I can tell you that we are happy the way and manner the hearing ended. We are very ready to react to the addresses of the respondents, which they must file in the next 10 days from today. Thereafter, we will file our reply.
That's right.
Thank you. God bless you all.
Notice you were very careful touching on membership from you didn't ask questions regarding to
Now, it's very simple. The membership of His Excellency P2B has been determined by the Federal High Court, and they went on to Court of Appeal. Court of Appeal confirmed the decision of the Federal High Court. So it's a no issue. It's a judgment in rem. It's a no issue. So we don't want to edify anybody by joining issues with something that does not exist. It's as simple as that. So I'll be surprised if they are not aware of these two judgments. If they are not aware of these two judgments, then it's not our fault. It's their fault. So that's it. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Correct. Okay. My people, BB, you have the floor. Welcome, welcome. What do we have
Oh
to
my,
say?
everything will make her talk. I just dey laugh. I wish, I wish they were all in front of Judge Judy.
I'm
Judge
telling
Judy,
you. Judge
Judge
Judy
Judy
say
would have
not.
thrown out the case a long time ago.
I'm telling. Oh my God. How you take me?
She don't forever. She don't. As the man does it, I sent you something on your WhatsApp, just to
Okay.
show you what an ID of a bar association person in New York looks like.
Yeah.
And then to compare to only God knows where. I'm sure he went to Pinterest to go and print out a
Now
compliment.
so now
I
na
can print out a complimentary card on
of
my,
course. You know.
and I just ask myself. I mean, if you have to make a fool of yourself, make an intelligent fool of yourself. Because everything is written down these days. Make an intelligent fool of yourself, so at least you have a bit of dignity left. At this, you have embarrassed yourself. The whole world is going to be talking about it now. I'm sure. Look, the violence space tomorrow is going to be hot. Meanwhile, this thing is seen everywhere. Where if you claimed you came from any school, those ones too will be looking at things. You know, it's just it doesn't just sit well. Except he plans not to go back to the United States anymore to go and do anything because this thing is everywhere. Like I said, this whole judicial situation has just opened the nyash of Nigerian judiciary, and everybody is now wondering, do they even go to school? I beg, if you want to go school, go learn well. But look at how much of a mess he made himself. And then I'm not even talking. I don't even look. I don't even have the energy to address what is that man's name again, Ejon Long. Letting be name. The one we first talk. Oh, mm. Yakubu the fourth son. Me tie God knows I no get power. The man don't lean. If like say the money we then give and don't finish.
You don't switch up the money in peace. Courses they follow that money. As
Rightly
in
so.
they go toilets.
Oh my God, I think that one no can't do. You can't stand in front people can't they lie again. I mean, in this court case, except he has refused not to be following the court case. In this court case, they came out and rightly agreed. I mean, somebody said something that when you were announcing the stupid announcement at 4 a.m. in the morning when we're all supposed to be in gear 5 of sleeping and enjoying the snoring, you decided to announce the owner, the person that won us, the supposedly winning, when the thing was only 36% uploaded. How do you do that? It's not even 50%. It wasn't even 50% uploaded. It was just 36%. And so who declares anybody winner when something is 36%? Nobody does that. You at least wait for 50% and then you project the rest. So now you uploaded 36% and then you are projecting 54%. I don't get it. I don't get it. And then you still lie. You still come up and I'm glad he mentioned himself for in so many instances because he said they are going to be looking at all the high officials, which is including him. He said they are going to be the police will be interrogated, which will also interrogate him as well, because there's no way he's going to go scot-free. You have to rope yourself. He also included that there were human errors, and he is the baba of the human error. Gong gong gong. Nine head, the human errors begin to trickle down. So look, when you just feel like laughing after having a hard day, just listen to like this court case. You go laugh tire because there's so many holes. It is big enough to bury a house. Oh my God, let's continue because it's just funny. I just laugh.
So
like that, I feel like saying that Ghana man. That Ghana man will say, "May God have mercy upon us."
I'm telling you, victory. I bet who know better tailor. Make I start to dey look for better asoebi for the immigration. My head time, oh my goodness. Hey, it's going to be party after party. Mr. Jonathan, welcome. Oh, thank you very much, Sister Bibi. We really appreciate your
Thank you very much. I'm enjoying the fun, with the other panelists. I'm just, I'm enjoying it. It's just it's incredible. Thanks very much for the good work that you are doing. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Oga Jonathan. What do you have to say about all of this? First video I played was by Mr. Farotimi.
Oh, Farotimi. Okay, maybe I didn't see that video.
Oh, you didn't see the interview? Oh my God, you have to go and watch.
But I'll see maybe before you sign off. I will make a comment on that.
Yeah, that was a fire. Take your time and look for it.
Yeah.
Or you can replay this. You will see it.
Yeah.
It will.
Exactly. I'll do that. In fact, as we are showing this video, especially the last 3-4 videos that you showed, I just I couldn't stop, just seeing how full these people are. And how they have taken people for granted in Nigeria. I just pray and hope that someone like David Udein will work on this Tinubu witness, APC witness today. I can tell you categorically that guy is a forger. If that
is
guy,
Opeyemi Bamidele, right?
Opeyemi, that senator, Opeyemi,
I think it's Bamidele.
Opeyemi, but if that guy is, if you search deeper, you don't even need to do a lot on that guy. That guy is a forger. That man is a forger. He came with a complimentary card as a proof of license to practice law in the state of New York. I don't know what they take people for. It's like they have seen Nigeria finish. They think everybody is so stupid. Like we don't even have. It's like when you go to a law. If you've been to a lawyer's office, someone who is practicing law, you will see in their offices they have their license. It's not a complimentary card as your proof. It will have been a document, a pager, a one-pager document that you will have photocopied.
Okay, so let me quickly read something from him right now that I find on him. So well, Wikipedia, they can edit it too, so it might not be completely true. Um, can you mute your mic for a minute, Mr. Jonathan? I'll call you. Yeah, as soon as I'm done, you can unmute. So they said he was born in 1963 in Ekiti, Southwest Nigeria. He attended Baptist Academy Secondary School and then Obafemi Awolowo, where he obtained a bachelor's degree in religious studies. He later went to Uniben, where he received a bachelor's degree in law in 1990. Having graduated from Nigerian Law School, he was called to bar in 1992. Then Bamidele proceeded to Franklin Pierce University, where he received a master's degree in law. Okay, and was called to the New York bar in January 1999. He was one of the defense counsel led by Chief Godwin Olusegun Kolawole Ajayi to the Moshood Abiola on his treason trial. So having said that, I need to go and find New York bar, whether his name really did it, because we know if you trust Wikipedia, they fit edit Wikipedia to include information that is not necessarily the fact. Let me see. Okay, let me see. I don't see anything on him from New York. I don't see anything from him. Probably need to go to the New York bar website and find him. I sure say by tomorrow, Twitter go don research, bring out information. You can continue, Mr. Jonathan.
I know. I have that premonition that guy is a forger. Why? I base it on the premise that there is no one that is in his right senses that will come out and defend Tinubu. Anyone that really wants to protect himself or protect his professional career or his person, he can. That's why it was a big struggle for them to get a witness, and it will take someone like this Bamidele, this so-called Senator Bamidele, to come out and defend Tinubu. I mean, look at it from this perspective. A sitting president in Nigeria now, he has a case in court that has to do with his legitimacy. I think they should have line up witnesses, people that are ready, both within Nigeria and outside Nigeria, ready to come to his defense as witnesses. They couldn't find any. No one is ready. I don't think the way I've argued that as far as even his government is concerned, ministerial appointment and anything, they cannot find. It will be impossible. In fact, I can defend it that there is nobody that will come out and say he wants to work for this for Tinubu. If you have your career, if you have any little iota of respect that you still have to protect or to keep, you can't. You cannot come in and say you want to come and defend, work for Tinubu. I bet you your entire career will be destroyed. Is this somebody you want to draft somebody? Say you want to draft somebody from from the United States, you know, a technocrat from United States or from UK or from any other, you know, other parts of the world. You know, there are so many Nigerians that will come out. I stand to be corrected. They cannot, because there is no way you can work for them that they will not destroy you. Because the first thing they will do, the first thing they will ensure they will do, they will make sure that they rope you in, that you are also you also become, you know, corrupt. They will do that as fast as possible so that you will not blackmail. They can use that to blackmail you going forward. So if you come in clean, they will stain you. There is no way as far as that is concerned. So I know that for sure. You know, so today I just want to give it up for Livy Uzoku, you know, SAN, you know, for their brilliant, you know, robust, you know, work that they've done, you know, so far. I think for us, we couldn't just ask for more. At this point in time, we couldn't ask for more. You know, with respect to what is his name, Mahmoud. You know, as you are showing that video of Mahmoud, it was very difficult for me to listen to that man. I find it difficult. In fact, I don't just want to hear that man speak. It was very tough.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to play it initially, to be honest, Mr. Jonathan. I didn't want to play it, but I now said, you know what, let me play. I want to hear this man. I want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, and on that side, I think it's okay, because this man should have been thrown out by now.
Yep.
By now. He talked, everything he stated. It is all lies. It is all lies. There was nothing about the glitch. Nothing. You know, he talked about electoral offenders, you know, 215 people that work pro bono in Nigeria. All those are already, you already have them in your pockets. We all know Nigeria. You are paying, you know, they are working for free. They claim that they are working for free, but we know Nigeria. We know how things works. You said you have 215 electoral offenders. Who are those 215? Are you kidding me? That's 215 electoral offenders. And they are seconded by the Nigerian police. Nigerian police, a very corrupt and weak institution. Where do you want to start from? Everything that it talked about. You know, where do you want to start from? Is it the beavers? He didn't say anything about that. Nothing about the beavers. You know, it's just so, you know. As for Mahmoud, you know, again coming out, for me, it's all in an effort. It's all in an effort to outwit the EU report.
Yes, that's why he came out.
That's why he came out.
Yeah.
For 4 months now, this man remains silent, and he was making this stupid excuse in that speech that because they want to listen. In this state, in this matter of this great magnitude, for 4 months, this man kept mum. You will recall that it was only when EU released that report that they quickly sent out Festus Okoye.
Yes.
And they had to come out. It's just a way to, you know, as long as he can come out, you know, again, to promise Nigerians that the election will be better conducted going forward. Just the way they scam Nigeria prior to February 25th, with all the lies going all over, you know, globetrotting all over the world, telling Nigerians, you know, that things will be better, it will be run electronically, and blah blah blah, all those things. That is the game now. He's playing it. And look at his mouth. That man is so fluent and is the head of such a critical, you know, agency in Nigeria. It's just so amazing to me, you know, that he has the guts to come out, you know, and he thinks people are stupid. All he's just doing is just to outwit this report. They want to counter it. They want to lay their own narrative. They want to be at the head of the whole thing. They want to set the agenda. That's the whole idea of him coming out now. There is nothing, there is nothing beside, on that at all. With, you showed this video on, on the court proceedings
Yeah.
today. It's just so amazing that the attempt to get Peter Obi disqualified, in one of their submission, one of the evidences that they submitted, they made that attempt. They submit that Obi is not a member. That one is a non-starter. Is a non-starter because APC as a political party, they are aware, they know themselves that there is a. In fact, APC is the beneficiary of that case, that substantive court decision. APC itself is a beneficiary of that. The court affirms that it's a party matter. So that one is a non-starter. I was thinking that they will come up with better, evidences or, proof today. Probably they will call a witness from Anambra, from the ward, from Peter Obi's ward, something like that. They have none. Can you even imagine that both APC, Tinubu, and Shetima, all of them, they all rely on the testimony of that one man, that witness, that one man. And again, do you know the reason why Levy, he has to, went through that route of, of trying to, questioning that guy, that witness, questioning his law license. They believe that guy is a fake. They believe that guy is a fake. That's why he tried to establish that fact in court today. And he just laid it out. And he left it there for the judges, to make their own determination. Fantastic job. They dismantled their reliance on the International Observer report because they want to claim that the ECOWAS report. Fantastic job. That was they decimate that evidence, that reliance on International Observer report. They destroy the professional resume of that guy because they want to come to court and claim that, this guy is well read, he's a lawyer, he has a New York license, he also practiced in Nigeria, blah blah blah, all those things. You see, they destroy that as well. They destroy it. He came to court and tender a complimentary card as a proof of license. They destroyed their defense on the forfeiture of that 450 because they came up with that defense on the forfeiture of 460K, 460K in the US.
Yep.
Also, they decimate that defense completely today. Levy decimated that one.
So sorry, my brother. Sorry if I cut you.
Yeah.
Short.
Yeah.
What does practicing or having a New York Bar Association license, what does that has to do with the fact? How does that qualify you? How does that qualify you as an authentic witness?
Yeah, the good question. Because as far as the forfeiture case is concerned, that took place in the United States. However, they want to boo-boo the court. They want to mislead the judges. Because even if they don't know, I believe they are all lawyers. They are lawyers. They are learned. They know that in United States it's a state-by-state thing. So they ask him specifically, are you licensed to practice in the state of Illinois? He said no. That covers it. They brought him in just to come and prove that he has the legal experience and knowledge as far as U.S. law and jurisprudence is concerned.
No, I think he said someone prompted the question from the LP lawyers was that he said the way he was responding to certain questions, it was kind of because when remember they were asking him about the forfeiture matter, And he kept saying it's in 982, it's not 98, something like that. The way he was answering, he wasn't very intelligent. This is my
Because
own take on the matter. That was
yeah,
what prompted the LP lawyer to ask him, sorry to, intrude,
In fact,
but
he not.
what's your
In fact,
qualification?
yeah. In fact, he admitted in court today. If you and that tape that you play, he admitted that that case was for drug trafficking. That was when Olanipekun had to, he stood up. He tried to stop him, but it was too late. He admitted. Lizzie forced him, and that has been recorded in the court. He admitted that it was a drug trafficking case. So, with respect to ask whether presenting him as that he has a license a law license to practice law in New York, that's the idea behind it. They just want to prove that that is competent. Is competent to come here and defend a United States, a case that originated from United States. He's a lawyer, a US, licensed lawyer, and then he is more in a better position and more qualified to defend any case that originated from United States. That's the idea. That's the idea behind, behind them, bringing him. And again, they,
yeah, yeah,
they,
yeah.
yeah,
But if you look at it, even if they bring a U.S. judge to come and testify, that guy was a very weak witness for them, because
I agree with you.
you
I agree with you.
you can even bring the Chief Justice of Justice Robert to come there and testify, as far as it's pretty much negate the law of Illinois. You are not doing yourself a good service. I feel like these guys just don't. They just didn't know what to do. Like when I listened to that witness, it was just I don't know where these lawyers got their degree from. Why would
They
they pick
don't.
a
They don't
guy?
know what to do.
We
They have
can.
no clue.
I mean, I've researched that guy. I can't even find his name on the New York Bar Association. I lived in New York for some time. His name is not even there.
I checked it myself. You sent me the link, right? I also went in and I checked. I went to their website. I actually went to the New York lawyers in New York. There's a website for them. I went to check, the name not come up. Either what happened is, let's imagine he passed the bar in 99. There's a possibility that maybe he did not, even if you're not practicing and you go inactive, at least it will come up and it would say inactive. Or
That's
maybe
correct.
they suspended him, or maybe they
Yeah.
just took away his license. If he had one. But nothing is coming up in New York, nothing. Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That guy is what in Yoruba language they say abobaku. Those are the ones that are ready to put their lives on the line for a leader or for a king. Is the one. That guy is ready to take the bullet for Tinubu. Is one of such. He came out today because at the end of the day, I know this guy today he committed perjury in the court. Most likely, there is still no substantial, proof to that effect. But the way the cross examination went today, that guy is a forger. At the end of the day, time will tell. Time will tell. And then they try to prove, they tender another. There was this evidence that they tendered again at the court today. That is the letter they received from U.S. Embassy that there was no money laundering. That one also was completely. That evidence was
It was
completely
forged.
destroyed because the letter that the police, the IG, the then IG, wrote to U.S. Embassy was just a general letter, nothing with respect to money laundering at all. That letter is on the internet, it's all over the place, and they didn't even state nothing at all. So the reply was
Oh, there was a
based.
real letter?
Yeah, they submitted a letter today as evidence that.
Is the letter, so people have copies of that letter? Let me go find
No.
it.
That letter is on the that letter is on the internet. It's part of the investigation that David Udoyin has did in the.
That
It's all
letter,
over the place.
that letter was written, I think, in 2004 when
Yeah, by
Tinubu
the
was trying to run
former
for a governor.
Inspector General of Police
Oh,
Balogun,
okay.
Bafa
Oh,
Balogun.
that's what they tendered? An old
Yes,
letter?
yes, yes, yes. That letter was tendered when US Embassy replied to the IG. that there was
Yeah.
nothing. But when you read the letter,
The question they asked, the IG asked was he does he have any criminal case? Was he convicted in the United States? Of course, the embassy is going to say no, because they didn't dig down to what happened in Illinois and let them know that this guy forfeited money, because his record was not publicly known then. Even at the time he probably they asked that question, maybe he was not even in the database at that time. But all they could say, oh well, the embassy said nothing was recorded on his profile, therefore he had no crime. That is not true. They're just trying to pick on that letter and take it to court, which we all know that's not the case. The guy forfeited $460,000 because he didn't want to come to court. He didn't want to go and defend himself. That was why he ran away from the state. If, for
that's a
example, somebody
classical.
said I did something wrong and the court is asking me to either forfeit my money or come to court and defend my innocence, if I know I am not guilty, why would I be running away and decide to forfeit the money instead? Because you know what he was doing.
That's a classical. That's a classical, example of a defense, attorney trying to mislead the court. That's just an attempt. They're just trying to mislead the court. I believe that the judges are up to the task, because that was clearly brought out today, and that piece of evidence or defense.
I think the judges are going to throw that letter away, because the real court judgment from Illinois was tendered by the OB lawyers, so they have that with them.
To now crown it all, their stupidity and the struggle, the challenge that they are encountering, from all quarters. The certificate from Chicago State University, the certified copy, whatever document they obtained from Chicago State University, they stated that they got that document just last week. Just this last week, they got that document. That tells you that says it all. The kind of struggle they must have been encountering from all quarters to come up with a defense, because it was just this last week they managed to get something out from Chicago State University, which does not do anything, which rather just they have to bring something out. They have no case. They have to bring. It's the same document that the Labour Party, is a Labour Party submitted, I believe it's PDP on this one, they submitted, that they also brought to court. It's the same document. They have to prove that the name is Tinubu, that is actually Tinubu that attended Chicago State University. They didn't even go there at all because they have no case. Those are the substantive areas that they need to attack today to defend their case. They just couldn't, they can't. And the way and manner they try to end the whole thing, to rush out of court, says it all, today. So at the end of the day, I think for them, as far as I'm concerned, for APC and all of them, is a lost. This is a lost battle. Let's put our eyes on the Supreme Court. As far as this is concerned, this Presidential Petition Tribunal, this appeal court they are right now, is a dead end for them, but anyway, we don't want to prejudge, but we wait and we see what the judges will come, what they will come out to say. So that's what I want to say for now.
Okay.
Maybe I leave it up for the other panelists.
Mr. One Love, yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan. Really appreciate your submission. They're quite detailed, but thank you. Mr. One Love, welcome.
Yeah, good evening. Good
Good
evening,
evening,
and
sir.
to everyone in the panel. Good to see you guys again, PB, and to other guys up there. I listened a little bit to
the testimony and the witness today, to be frank, I feel like these guys, they still think Nigeria. I mean, in their own world, they are living in the 1500, but they forgot that Nigerians are now living in the 21st century. How,
Absolutely.
how can you bring a guy who is not even truthful? You think if you come to the court and claim you got a New York attorney license, that is going to make you more credible? Come on, we know what is going on all over the world now. It only takes you about 10 hours to cross the Atlantic Ocean, and you are in New York City from Lagos. Don't tell us we don't know what is going on. You think the only people watching this case are those living in Nigeria? They don't know what is going on. They don't know what life is in New York. They don't know how to obtain what it takes to obtain a bar or a medical license in New York. Are you kidding me? These guys just come to the general public and lie like nobody is going to know what they are doing.
Yep.
You go to the courthouse and you're lying while you're under oath, telling people that you're a lawyer, you're in this and that. This same guy, I think he was fined. He was even convicted in Florida, I believe, and he was fined and he ran to Nigeria. This guy that Tinubu gave a position, I forgot his name. He was a lawyer there too. He was fined and he was convicted. He ran away from here and he went to Nigeria.
Bajabiamila.
But
There are
Baja
many, oh.
Biamala,
Even Sanwo-Olu.
you know,
Who else? Even the Sanwo-Olu vice governor, the executive, what do they call them?
these
Next to
are
the
all,
governor.
look, just look at the set of people that this guy parade
All of
around.
them are
All
bunch of
criminals,
thieves. Yep.
criminals,
Criminals. Hmm.
you know. So, and then they'll go to Nigeria and act as if nobody knows anything about them. They will go there and act as if they are gods. They don't have any witness. You only called, INEC called one witness, HPC calling one witness, and you are bringing some sort of forged document back and forth. Nothing you guys are here to prove. They're just here to waste our time. They don't have a case. I'm just waiting for the Supreme Court because I know if the judges have sound head in their shoulder, they are going to get rid of this case and declare Obi the winner of this election. Because so far, I haven't seen APC or INEC be able to prove anything for us. All they keep saying, withdraw the case. And they are even sending people all around the country parading some kind of useless nonsense. People like Asari Tokubo that is all fattening up like a cow that's supposed to be at the gym, you know. So all of these guys, I don't get what their point is. You messed up an election and you told us to go to court, and we are the court, and now you are the one running away. You don't want to prove to us how you got the result that you declared on February 25th. We want to see the evidence. They don't have one. They don't have any. That's why they keep just going back and forth, beating around the bush. After how many days? It took them 1 week plus to prepare evidence, to prepare their witness. And at the end of the day, they said they had a witness glitch, just like they had on election day. Your witness
Technical
can yeah,
glitch.
your witness can't even show up in court. You know,
Yeah, the two that showed, the ones that did not show up, they don't want to put their faces out there. Don't you see what they are
it's
doing to them?
crazy. It's
They don't want to
crazy.
wake up tomorrow, find
who
all their
who who
bio data for
who's
internet.
going to defend the indefensible? I mean, there are some things you want to defend, but you will see some stuff you be like, my sister, me, I'm not even going to defend this one. I cannot do this. But because some people got money, they still went there and he sat there on that oath and he's lying before the judges, and they are asking you questions. Can you see the result? Can you read the result? You are telling us, oh, even though the result is blurry, it does not affect the result. What? Just listen to yourself. The result is blurry, but it does not affect the result. That just basically tells you that you're dumb. You don't know what you're doing. And who are you trying to fool? These young generations, Nigerians. I think they still live in the 15th century. But the Nigerians that are living right now in the 21st century, you can't fool them with that trick. You've done it for years. It's not going to work anymore. You know. I'm very positive, and I know that the judges, they've seen the evidence and they are not going to rule against the evidence unless they've already decided this case that no matter what evidence you provide before them, they've swallowed big money and they are not going to do the right thing.
And that means they should be ready for the country to
They
just
should be
everything
ready
to
for the
just
country,
crash.
for everybody to go their own way,
That's
because
just it.
I
Let
don't, I
everybody
don't,
go.
I
That's
don't see how
exactly,
you are going to judge this. These
exactly.
guys have no case.
They have no case. There's no way out for them. There's overwhelming evidence. If they don't do the needful, that means they're ready for the country to just whatever needs to happen because people are ready for that.
I have been searching on this guy since I saw that video today. I searched everywhere. I used to live in New York. I searched and went to the New York Bar Association and then went to New York City. I searched almost every county in New York. I could not find this guy's name. And you
It's
said you are
likely not.
an
He just
attorney?
made it up. You know,
He just,
Nigeria, they just like
yeah, he made it up because because he knows once he's inside the courtroom, he's lucky that he's not in the state. Because if he was in the state, if you're in the courtroom, whatever you're saying, there are people working for the lawyers, they are researching it right there. The lawyers
they
will
are
put it to your
checking
face.
you on the spot.
They will fact check you right there,
Mr. Olusegun, you left. I
you
was
know.
gonna come to you shortly, but you just I don't know what happened if it was your network. Please come back. Mr. Wondov, continue, please. Sorry.
So they believe they are not subject to things like that. What he just did today, he cannot do that in the state. People will fact check him right there and they will put his lie to his face. That's the reason why they feel like they can just go anywhere. They can go to the courtroom, they can go to House of Assembly, they can go to the Senate House. They will be lying to the public because they believe nobody is going to hold them accountable for their lies. Grown
Because
up
they know
man like that,
yeah,
he just
because
came out.
for go ahead, sorry.
I said a grown up man like that came out and started lying to everyone. Just let I mean, for Jacobi to still be in that position by now, after all he did, man, it tells me a lot about Nigeria. For that guy to
Exactly.
still come out and he's talking, oh,
The reason
election will
why
be
he even
transparent.
came out, you have to understand, the reason why he came out is because EU came with their reports. You know understand? The whole world don't come. The EU came and gave a very scathing report on what happened. So the thing touched them, touched their bone marrow.
But
So
leave
there
it
are key
destroy them today,
players say, you know, we have
yeah,
to come out and say something. Now make her
something.
carry face come out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if for not see, even Okoye will for not see.
Yeah, leave it destroy them today. You said you agree with the EU report, but by the time we went to the EU report on what happened on the negative, the most dangerous part of what happened on election day, you said, "Oh, you don't agree with EU report." Look at your country.
Exactly.
Somebody called himself a lawyer, and you came and you're contradicting yourself.
Exactly.
Well, at this point, we've seen it all. We've seen what has been going on for more than weeks now, 3 weeks, I'll say.
We
We've
really see
seen it.
how the system is
Yeah,
rotten in
it's
Nigeria.
pretty
That's
much
what we
rotten.
are seeing.
We've seen the evidence. The boy is in the court of the judges right now. They just have to do the right thing. That's all I have to say.
Yep.
Other than that, they know they don't have any case. They just have to figure a way, to get their guy out of that place. Let the right person get into that seat. Because we are going to a place. We need to be in that place. Nigeria, 21st century, need to be at a place. We need to. Right now, we need a driver. Who we have right now is a drug baron that all he cares about is to snort all white powder he can get and give to all of his criminals that are around him. That's pretty much what they care about. You are increasing the salaries of senators and the president. When people are crying, they can't find money to buy $600 to $700 per liter of petrol. You don't care about that. All you care about is to increase more levies on them, just like you did in Lagos with all the different agberos that you parade around. Nigeria needs to go to a place and we have just few months to get that thing right. And you judges, if you're listening to us, just do the right thing. Because the future of this country depends on you guys right now. The future of your children depends on you guys right now. Your children might be abroad, they might be in the US, they might be in the UK, wherever they are schooling. Don't think that is their mother's land. That is not their mother's land. The future of their mothers now depends on you guys right now. You know, to do the right thing and get things straight. Thank you, Omoye. Let me let my brother, I think he just joined us. Let me
Yeah.
give him
Thank
some time to talk.
thank you very much, Mr. One Love. I really appreciate. Thank you. Mr. Oluwasegun, welcome to the show. Good evening to you. On mute. Oh.
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Where are you joining us from?
Yeah, I'm talking to you from Dubai,
I'm sorry?
UAE.
Oh, yeah, you said so. Sorry about that. Yeah, welcome. Well, thanks for joining the show.
Yeah, thank you so much. You're welcome. Um, Mr. Omoye, in fact, you really broke my heart this morning because when we started this show, can you all hear me?
You're kind of muffled. Your audio is a bit low and you're muffled, kind of.
Okay, can you hear me now?
It sounds better. Can everybody else hear him clearly? Because it might just be me.
No,
Yes.
it's kind of muffled too.
He's kind of muffled, right? So maybe your
Mm-hmm.
earpiece. If you take your earpiece out, I think your earpiece is a bit
Oh, can you hear me now?
much better.
Much
Much better.
better.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Hmm.
You broke my heart this morning when
Oh,
you,
really?
yeah, when we started the show, we started all together.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Listen, yeah, hearing Dele me talking, listening to the comments on the court proceeding, I
Uh-huh.
was my spirit was like, wow, wow. Immediately you play this video of Yakubu.
Sorry.
You need to view my comments from that video. It's like I was just reading a course. Seeing that man alone is giving me a lot of running stomach. I must
Oh
confess.
my.
To the extent that I just left my phone. But listen to the other panelists, particularly Mr. Jonathan, Miss BB. My spirit was now like, okay, yeah, yeah. My people are now talking. I can hear the sound of the echo of heaven. You see, one thing we need to understand is when they say go to court, is a popular balance to them, right? Going by the election that we have been having over the years. When they do all their charade, they will say go to court. So it's still part of them. They never knew the person they are dealing with or the generation they are dealing with. Not really, Excellency Peter Obi, the obedience. They never knew this generation they are just a kind of different one, different entirely. So when they say go to court, you are talking to us that we are even a court. They never knew. They never saw this coming. Now, when the please, hello,
We can hear
hello,
you. I
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can
you
hear you.
now.
Go
Yeah,
yeah,
we
ahead.
can hear you.
Yeah.
yeah. When the reality is now getting done on them, that was when you see them sending errand men and women around that let's move on for the sake of unity, for the sake of progress, for the sake of peace. Let's move. They start sending people all over the social media. But Asho Bomo Yemo, not your own Omo Ye. Yoruba people to say that proverb Asho Bomo Yemo, Omo Ye ti re owo ọjà. It is too late for them. It is too late because they know the reason why they are saying we should withdraw the case, we should move on, is because they have no case. I used to tell people around me, say, these people have this case is so glaring, you can't defend it. As popular as Tinubu and his cohort claimed, despite their dynasty, do you see anybody that can come forward? At least I should be expecting a multitude, a parade of witness coming to the court. Imagine only one person defending APC, INEC, Shetima, Tinubu. That's disgraceful. And we should not forget, Opeyemi Bamidele is one of the corrupt proceed of Tinubu. He has been given a lot of appointments, even in Lagos State, despite the fact it's from Ekiti. We have a lot of them. Some are even from all this Moise Banere from Ogun State. So they are his products. So you expect a criminal to come and defend a criminal. And one thing is very paramount that we should all understand. No matter how intelligent you may claim to be, when it comes to you to come and defend lie, you look stupid. That is why you see that despite their academic qualifications, imagine what they are saying in the court.
Exactly.
Imagine what they are doing. You cannot defend lie. My father used to say something that it is better for you to say the truth because it will require a lot of energy for you to lie.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is
maintaining the lie. To keep maintaining it is a lot of work.
To lie is easy, but for you to maintain that lie is a lot of, you will encounter a lot of difficulties, a lot of hurdles. That is why my big brother Dele Farotimi will tell you that the truth is naked. It doesn't require your clothes. It doesn't require you clothing him. It's naked. But anytime, any day, if you ask me, just wake me up early in the morning that what is your name? Except if I want to lie, that I will tell you that I will be mumbling. My name is Oriyomi. Come rain, come shine, wake me up. I'm Oriyomi. But immediately I want to lie to you. I wouldn't know. Maybe I have lied to you before. Maybe I've told you I am Opeyemi. And I wouldn't know. Maybe is this the kind of person I've lied to before. I will not say, okay, is it the one? Is it not? But saying the truth is very easy. You claim as a witness, you come with ECOWAS reports, your own documents, and you are still rejecting it while in the court. Your own reports. Can you just imagine? So that means call Tinubu today that come and analyze your manifesto. Tinubu will not be able to talk. Because everything is lie. Everything is lie from the pit of hell. So you guys, in fact, you have said my mind. You have said my mind. I just want to. The reason why I just came online is when I just want to express my mind to Sister Omoye. Playing that video, you should have even not play that video again. I beg, please. No play them again. So
me self, I was hesitant. Let me tell you, I was hesitant to play the video, right? But then again, I was like, you know what? Let's hear what this moron had to say for himself, because I wanted it, because we haven't seen him in a while.
The EU,
the last time Festus Okoye came with that one that does not have full stop and comma, that feels that it seems like he has hot yam in his mouth.
Omoye, the EU report rattles them. The EU report was the one that rattles them. They felt so uncomfortable because it was a damning report. Imagine some organization, some individuals in Nigeria were saying they shouldn't intervene in our politics. Says who? Like, seriously?
No, you know what one of them said?
An organization that gave you 36 million euro. EU gave 36 million euro for this our election. They sponsor a lot of adverts. And you are asking them to keep quiet. Says who? When you were collecting money from them, didn't you know they are going to intervene? When you were inviting them to come and be your sole one of your key observers, don't you know they will comment?
And my brother, one second, please. BB, thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate. Since I start, nobody don't give me super chat. I beg. I said now 1 hour I go spend. See, I'm at 2 hours and 14 minutes, and I have things to do.
Yeah, so it's ready to close shop. Make everybody go sleep.
When I get, because YouTube, they demonetize all the videos. Any small thing pere like this, they don't demonetize. So when I give me super chat, now that one they encourage me. I don't feel day here like this, nothing. So I really, really appreciate this super chat, BB. Honestly.
Oh my, you don't reach to make we close shop. We don't hear the matter finish. Everybody make nobody won't put anything. Make everybody go sleep. It don't do.
I just woke up. Oh. It's
Okay.
7 a.m.
Yo,
in
if you
UAE.
just wake up, when that's when your eye go clear pass. Make you say, bolo, drop your own, quick, quick, quick. As you open
Then,
eye, so now that's when your body, your eye clear, well. So drop. Make
okay,
everybody drop. This work no easy. Sunday
I
normal
will.
person
I
head,
will.
and
I will. I will.
we dey see all the nonsense waiting be that in name, brother the fraudster. They can't do for person eye.
Thank you so much, Sister BB. Honestly, I mean, I know they talk again because I see everybody just waiting in their mind because
In
this
fact,
work,
you have to go on a sabbatical leave for the next 6 months.
I will. I
Yes,
will. I'm thinking about
sabbatical.
it.
Make us see what then go do.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Okay,
it.
if I want to send my super chat, how do I go about it, please?
Hey, that is what you're saying. That we will show you how to do it. Go lay.
Oh yeah, yeah, Eja Missy.
Okay, so let me show you on my channel. Let me just go to my channel and show you.
Okay.
So let me just do a demo for everybody that in case anyone else has the same question. So it's actually pretty easy. Um let me do this. Okay. Um mhm, perfect. So I also have PayPal for those that have difficulty, just in case. So here it is, right? So do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so if you look down by the comment section, you see my arrow here. You see anything here? Down here. You see where I put my cursor? Now they see
Me, I know see am.
see now down here.
Okay, okay,
You see the dollar sign, there's a dollar sign right there, money sign in the middle after the smile emoji. Right
okay,
here in the middle. If you click that, it's usually by the comment section.
okay.
If you click that, it will automatically see am. You see am?
Wow.
It
Okay.
already go back now. Make I see. I think there's a delay on this end. I'm waiting for it to come up. Okay. So like right here in the middle, there's a dollar sign here. Once you click on that dollar sign, right? After
Yeah.
the the reaction emoji, right there, that's where you click on and you can put whatever amount that you can. Thank you so much, guys. Oh my,
Okay.
thank
Okay.
you. I dey see the super chat. Sky Stream, thank you so much. I love you too, sis. I really, really appreciate you. You're always supporting me. Everyone, even Mr. Jonathan has given me super chat. BB is always giving me super chat. My Sky Stream, Yell, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys, honestly. Because this is what actually now they help person engine they move forward, you know. Because sometimes you can't do it all. Sometimes you just,
Okay.
once I do the video, YouTube, one small thing like this, they are so sensitive, they don't demonetize them. So that means that even if we do 5 hours, 6 hours, nothing, I don't get anything, nothing. Even though I enjoy doing it because I like the interaction, we're learning from each other, we're uplifting each
Make I
other.
do my own now.
Thank you. I appreciate. I really, really do, So I mean, we have to keep fighting because this new Nigeria, whether we like them or not, is very obvious. The handwriting is on the wall. New Nigeria has come to stay. These people cannot win. The evidence is overwhelming. I remember when she was doing her videos consistently on YouTube as well, before they took down her videos, right? Aisha was always saying something. She said there was a video she did, especially when this whole court thing just started, and people were very like, everybody was like, this court, how far? We don't trust the court, right? She now said, why are you people complaining? It's not about it's not about trusting the court, it's about overwhelming evidence. The evidence we have is overwhelming. What our job is to overwhelm the court with evidence. Everybody can testify. We've overwhelmed the court with evidence. Have we not overwhelmed the court? We've overwhelmed them to the point where they are losing sleep. Wetin dem dey call am? Wetin dem dey call dis man? Mahmood and Festus Okoye when dem go hide. Since pipu dey shout, dem go hide, dem no come out, nothing. EU drop statement, see all of dem rush come. You see am? All of dem rush come out come dey do damage control when e no be damage control. That's why I wanted to play the video, because I want to hear what the man had to say. Because they say you draw your enemies closer, so you listen to what they have to say. This, look at him talking and using grammar, speaking English to cover up their errors. You will punish them. There are 250 people that you want. Is your name among? Because you need to take the fall for all those 215 people that you claim. And Rufai echoed everybody's sentiments. At the end of the day, the same people that you are saying the police is working hand in hand and they have their own whatever that they are doing, is it the same police that were standing by where people were being mauled, maimed and deleted? Is it the same police? You see what this whole Peter Obi election court, everything has revealed about Nigeria, is that we don't have any systems. We've just been running on autopilot. I'm telling you, the system is so rotten, it's shameful. It just, everything about Nigeria is fraudulent. I'm sorry to say, it's my country, I love it, but let's say it how it is. Everything about that country, these people have made it, they have eroded it with corruption. Mr. Oluwasegun, you for not run. I wanted you to complete your thoughts. Eh? This one you run comot. Okay, oh, I hope you come back. But anyway, they've eroded it. Is it not shameful? Is it not, you people, when you people watch, don't you cringe that, hi, this is Nigeria? It's so bad, they smell, it stinks. Nothing dey work, my people. Police no dey work, army no dey work, navy, we no even know whether we get navy for, because 3 warship land, nothing till today. Even national news no carry am. You see am for news, dey talk about am, not one person, not pim, no come out from anybody. It's a shame. Nothing, everything is bastardized in Nigeria. Bastardized. To go every single, even market, if you go market, they go cheat you. Corruption, even your gate man go cheat you. It is devastating. That's what this whole election circle and the emergence of Peter Obi has come to show us. That's what it has come to show us. Because right now, the education is now even a joke on top of it. Imagine, say you see how you take suffer, right? See how all of una take suffer, read una book, come another country, come struggle again. Yeah, Eunice, please come back. Oh, I saw you came and you left again. Biko, hey. Anyway, right? Imagine you don spend all these years for school, you come another man country, you go back to school because you wan improve yourself. Some of us go take time before you get that professional license, and it takes time. Look at what these people have taught. Professors are like they did not even go to school. The kind of lies that they lie. Oluwasegun, thank you very much for blessing me with UAE dollar. UAE currency. Oh my God. Thank you so much, my brother. I really appreciate. You know, imagine God go bless all my super chatters, overflow for everyone. Overflow. Because you don't have to, but you do. I don't take it for granted, because this is the fuel that gets me going. Even um if YouTube decides to demonetize, I don't even care. Like, okay, I got super chat, I got encouraged today. That's it for me. It's such a shame. It has revealed, it has exposed the canker, the canker worm in the society. Nothing works. Thieves, criminals, bandits, terrorists have been positioned strategically in a society with brilliant minds, with geniuses. Look at the Abia state, the The Abia State, no, is it Abia or Enugu State governorship that's been contested now? The man wants to buy new cars for his police officers. He goes and goes and patronize Toyota. Meanwhile, Innocent is right next door to him. You see how terrible we are as a people? Innocent
And
is right
Chamoye,
there.
it was a Hyundai.
Is
It
it
wasn't Toyota, it was Hyundai.
Hyundai? Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
Right? Innocent dey backyard. E know say, you know what, na my own. Innocent is doing a fantastic job. He's getting contracts from all over Africa to supply cars. Your own brother dey next door, you no fit patronize am. This is what this election cycle and Peter Obi has exposed to us as a nation, as a people, that we should take a look at ourselves in the mirror and really decide what kind of society we want to build on. Mind you, there are children growing up in this rotten system right now as we speak. Rotten to the core as we speak. Please tell me, what do you expect those children to become when they grow old? What do they aspire to? Thank God for the likes of Peter Obi. Not everybody can be Peter Obi, but at least there's a glimmer of hope. People can look up to him. People can make him their mentor. People can look at his life and say, I want to be like him. I want to do things excellently the way this man has done. Truth pays. Standing for the right thing pays. Being a moral, upright person pays. I'm grateful. So imagine in communities where the only thing they see and can look up to is banditry, kidnapping, Boko Haram. Please tell me, what do you expect those children? How do you expect those children to turn out and be useful citizens tomorrow? Yet you see a child out of hunger go thief bread, they go do wetin dem wan do to am. But you see all these men, when dem dey thief billions, dey thief people destinies and lives, they go lay red carpet for them. This is what the candidacy of Peter Obi and this election cycle has exposed to us. It's putting a mirror right in front of us. Is this the type of society we want to build? Look at your leaders. Look at Mahmoud Mumu. Look at him. And Festus Okoye. Useless bunch of people. Look at them. Shameless, disgracing themselves and their lineage on international scenes. Because not be only us dey watch wetin dey happen now, as you guys can see. Not be only us. People's eyes are on it. You when dey upright now, you come from Nigeria, dem no go let you see the light of day, because you know you don't want to dabble in things that you don't know about. Na the ones wey dey dabble in evil na im dem dey project come for front. What does that, no matter how wonderful you are, who wan see am for your body? Who wan see you? Nobody go see you, because the leadership is an evidence of the people. That's what they are going to say. The leadership is from within the people. How come you guys keep bringing in people that don't speak well, that don't represent you well? They keep talking about, they were trying to put down this EU report, saying that they are trying to, it's all colonial. But your Baba Blue went to France, go meet a colonial master, go meet pikin, im great grandson, person wey be great grand pikin mate. E go meet am, dey hug am excitedly, dey hug the man. What do you call that? Una say e go France go meet investors. Where are the investors? Who wan come invest in your yamayama country with nothing, no structure? Na sinking sand now na dey. Who wan come invest in sinking sand? Who?
Omo yẹn na line go say daddy oyoyo. No be so. Na daddy oyoyo na im the man go do when he reach France. How can you be saying that? A whole bala blue and blue bala.
Hey, okay. Oh, okay. Bibi, I think, okay, Eunice, you came to drop a message. Oh, I see. Okay, I see the message now. Okay. All right. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when you look at it, you have to be thankful to Peter Obi, because we did not realize how deep the rot was. We didn't know. Now we can see. You can't turn your eyes against it. You can only if you want to pretend to yourself. Only if you want to. And if you're in Nigeria and anywhere in the world, you ought to be ashamed right now. Because these people have really rubbished that country. They have brought it to its knees. No aspect of Nigeria works. You see, there was something that Dele Farotimi said. He said, is INEC willing to midwife this process so that Nigeria can stand? And I'm summarizing what he said. I use it as part of my title. Are they ready? Because it's now in the judiciary's hand. Is the 200 million or billion or trillion that was given to them, are they going to take it and mortgage the lives of their children, their own lives, the lives of their children, their children's children, and those yet to be born that they don't even know? Are they willing to mortgage it for their trillions that they've received? They have to remind them that there's no way in the world that will ever have any iota of respect for them. As far as they have this skin, nowhere in the West will have. There's no hiding place for them. None whatsoever. Are they willing, are they ready and willing to step up to the plate? Step up and do the right thing and remove Nigeria from this sinking ship? Are they willing to do it? Because it's going to go either one way or the other. It's going to go one way or the other. It's either they do the right thing or everybody divides and go their separate ways. I've never been for division because I love our dynamic country. I love the fact that we have different tribes. I have friends from all over most of the tribes. I have friends from most of the tribes. So it will be sad for me to see everybody go their separate ways. But you see this judiciary, because that's what everybody is waiting for. And whether they like it or not, everybody is waking up to the reality that, man, this thing was messed up. Everybody. This EU report has sealed the deal for a lot of people. So it is up to them to do the right thing. If they don't want to, me, I'm not here to beg the judiciary. They can use, may they use their head, hit concrete wall for all I care. That wig, when e dey their head, I believe say na im dey dull their brains. So if they like, may they do the right thing. If they like, may they not do. Because clearly the judiciary is a sham. Anybody that is a lawyer right now should be ashamed of themselves. If you're a lawyer and you are a Nigerian, you should be ashamed of yourself right now. In fact, may you know the boat come out tell people say you be lawyer and you got license in Nigeria. No, they talk am, hide am. It's a shame because they go doubt your education. They go doubt am. Look at what professionals have turned themselves into. They've turned themselves into their brains. They don't exchange their common sense for dollars, for money wey no go last. With all the money wey dem thief, e no dey show for their body. See the witness today, see im face as e be. See as the man face be. With all the money, e no dey show. They are empty souls, empty. They no get souls again. They are empty. They don use their money take buy akara. They don use am buy houses all over the world. There's nothing. When they join the court, they go submit their sense because there's no, all of them, no matter with all the education, they look stupid when they come give interviews. They look dumb. They sound dumb. Every word that comes out of their mouth is dumb. No sense. Empty. Empty. If the judiciary does not do the needful, everybody to your tent, O Israel. Is that simple? Because Nigeria is not for one ethnic group, neither is it. Nigeria is bigger than all the ethnic groups. All. It's bigger than one person, a group of people, a company. It is bigger. So guess what? This earth remains. Guess who they comot for the earth? People. So no matter what you want to hold on to, the earth remains. The people will leave. New people will come. Who's to say that Nigeria is going to be where it is today? Who is to say the people that are dwelling in Nigeria today will still be the same people there? Who's to say? Oh my God. Archaeologists are finding new cities that existed underground that they never found. Human beings, they too dey think too much of themselves. They don't know say na mist dey be. Here today, gone tomorrow. As we dey so, Baba Blue fit not wake up tomorrow. Not because nobody knows how it's going to go. Nobody. We are all just doing our parts. People go just carry, see wetin dey turn society to. Every educational system, if you be professor, any education wey you get for Nigeria, just shut up, not talk. Not talk. A whole legal system that is supposed to be the last hope of the common man, na select few. Dele Farotimi talk am finish. It's for a select few. It's for the who is who. My father is justice, so me too, I will follow in the footstep and become justice. That's what they do. The man that came to tell on himself on the floor of the house, the man is still walking around freely today. Is that the kind of system we want? We don't want that. We've already rejected it. For those people that are singing, the Agbadorians and their auctions that are dancing this tune, all the hardship that is coming now, guess what? Is affecting everybody. Oh. There's no separate line for Agbado people. There's no separate line for other people. Everybody, rain they fall on everybody. Rain dey pour down on everybody. Thank you very much, Bimpe. I really appreciate. Oh, God bless you. Overflow. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate all the super chats that I've been getting. It's an encouragement. Thank you, thank you. You know, we better wake up. You see this one when we don't put everybody don't put leg for the same trouser now. Everybody, all of us, we dey this table. All of us dey this table. The one wey you the ground wey the bed wey you lay today na your children go lie on. If you like no lay am well. If you like put thorns for the bed, dey think say na another person go come lie for the bed, na you go lie on am. Nobody else go come follow lie down on your bed with you. Na you, your lineage, na you go lie on am. So if Nigerians, like all these so called politicians that feel like they are demigods, people wey dem don thief, wey dem don embezzle, they've walked this earth before. Where are they today, please? Are they still alive? Are they enjoying the money? They are gone. They are gone. Are they still alive today? They're not there. All the people now today, people start to dey embezzle money. All the people wey dey don embezzle money, chop people own, chop their children own, chop their neck fat. Everywhere fat. Where are they today? They go comot for this earth, leave the money. Guess what? Na another person dey come chop am. None of their children dey ever become anything for life. None of their children dey ever make headway for life. Curse na im dey follow their generation. Please name one Nigerian person that you know, so-called elitist. I put it in quotation mark because for me, I don't believe in elitist people, especially in Nigeria, anywhere in the world. But I don't believe in that whole ideology. All those people, when there's so-called few that are embezzling all the money, please name any one of them that you know that have children that is changing or making waves in the world. I will wait.
None. None.
Thank
Zero.
you. Thank you. How many do you know that have generational wealth? I will wait. Their money no dey last pass that very instant. Most of them, their children no dey get head, they no dey make anything out of their lives. Why? The curses are following them. Their children become vagabonds in the world. No be me talk am, it is clear, it is evident. It's not a cause, it is just the natural phenomenon. When you don't treat your people well, when you don't take care of the people you ought to take care of, the causes of the suffering people that are supposed to live well, that are supposed to have done things in the world that you did not give opportunity to, guess what? Their families are in pain. Every tear that drops, every time they are in pain, as a result of your own actions or inactions, is affecting your lineage. So if you like, be doing bad, be embezzling, be living in corruption and think that you're living a good life, you're only heaping curses, pain, agony on your generation. Unless you say, not this stops with me, unless you choose to stand aside and say, no, I don't care who my father is, to hell with my father, I will do the right thing. Unless that. Otherwise, if you are still swallowing the medicine they are giving you, you are chopping your father's money because he's embezzling people, start matching people's heads to get what he wants, and you are enjoying it, you will suffer. The children that are coming after in that person's lineage will suffer. It's not a curse. That's just how it will be. I did not set the law in motion. The creator of the world, the universe, everything that we know, seen and unseen, already put the laws out there. So it's up to you. So for those who believe that corruption is their way, corruption is the only thing they know because they want to continue to enjoy the fine things of life, I have news for you. You will not enjoy the fine things of life. No matter how much money you have, it will never show. You'll be walking around and you think you will be, and people will be seeing your empty soul walking. You will be like pangolo, nothing, empty. Do you know what it is? What is man without his spirit? Man is nothing without his spirit, nothing without his soul. So you're walking around, you think, wow, I've stolen all this money, so I have wealth to last forever. You are empty. That's what it is. You have mortgaged your spirit and your soul. All that is left is your flesh. That is why these people are greedy. They are gluttonous because their soul is gone. Their spirit is gone. So they're always grasping for things to satisfy their flesh, and they can never be satisfied. That is why they keep reaching for more, reaching for more. That's exactly what the portion of these politicians in Nigeria is. All of them, all, with the exception of the ones that are standing for the people and fighting for the cause of the people. The rest of them, empty shells. I sorry for the women when they marry these men, because the women too are also part of the problem. I sorry for the children when they born, because na curses na they can't receive. E better make dem no even born children. Curses na the children they can't collect. I sorry for the girlfriends when they follow them, because those ones too, they go follow chop inside. Anybody when chop any corrupt man, corrupt woman money, na agony upon agony, unfortunate occurrences upon unfortunate occurrences. Their children will never make any headway. They will be visionless. They will have eyes, but they cannot see. They will be visionless, blind spiritually, blind soulishly. The only thing wey they get na the only one wey they are afraid to see front, and even with that one they no go to see well. It's just the law of nature. It's just how nature works. It's just that simple. It's the way nature works. Eh? Baby, please give me your final thoughts. You can start rounding it up. I don't talk rich. I no wan do. Na all the encouragement make me tey like this, so I suppose don bounce. Bibi, can you hear me? Unmute your.
Yeah, I can hear you. Well, I don't really have, honestly, whatever we're seeing now is something that has never happened in the history of Nigeria before. And nobody should feel that this is normal. We are seeing old men coming out to lie blatantly in front of not just the national TV now, but international TV. We are seeing all evidences, yet the back door still things are still happening. We are seeing the hardship of Nigerians. So if you are happy with what is going on, please don't lift your hands. Sit down until when Nigeria happens to you. And I'm sure Nigeria has happened to so many of us. And that is why people are speaking up. That is why people are not comfortable. That is why people don't want things to be as usual anymore. We are seeing how calling out justice, calling out the judges is making an impact. And so I do not belong to that school of thought that don't call out the judges. No, yell their name as much as you can. In fact, I heard that there's a billboard, I don't know what state it is in Nigeria, that is boldly written, "All eyes on the judiciary." And that's how it should be. We should call out their names one by one. We should showcase them in every form. Whatever you know about them, clean or unclean, dirt, positive, the cases that they have handled. If you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows him or her in the Nigerian judiciary, please call them out. Let's call those judges out, because that is the only way they will know that the world is watching. I'm sure the likes of Otobokeyamo and FFK never in their lives thought that they would be spotlighted on by the EU. But today, that is history. That is in the history books. And we saw what calling out these people did, where some people were banned. And we saw how MC Oluomo could not even travel to attend his son's graduation. So that is the power of the media. And all of us have it. You can tweet. Tweeting has a lot of power. Somebody somewhere is listening, no matter how you look at it. So if this doesn't bother you, sit down, fold your arms, and keep on drinking your tea. Just remember, when the stone is being thrown, it can land in anybody's domot or breaks anybody's glass. If it Nigeria hasn't happened to you, it is just a matter of time. So please and please and please, don't be comfortable. Call out what you know. Call out the Nigerian judiciary, because Nigeria belongs to everybody. No matter as you waka rich, ile nile, akpada dele. Oh my, I finished. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody that contributed. It was thoroughly appreciated. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the evening, morning, and daytime. Until Moye, good night to you.
Thank you so much, Bibi. I really appreciate you. Thanks for your submissions and your soft voice. We really appreciate the soft voice. Mr. Jonathan, let's hear your final thoughts.
Thank you very much. Thanks. I really appreciate it and all the submission made tonight. I just want to make a brief submission. I was trying to get some thought from Dele Farotimi's the interview. Why you are acknowledging your super chat. So I try to pick one or two things from what he said. I think from the glimpse of things, I think he said it all. Deliver Rotimi said it all. Again, I don't know where do you want to start from. Their so-called technical glitch that they cannot come out and say whether it is a man-made error or it's a technical error. They can't come out. I don't know how the likes of Festus Okoye, Mahmoud Yakubu, they are still standing today as staffers of INEC. I still don't understand. See, the results, we all know what happened. No need to repeat all of that. We all know what happened on February 25th, how they manipulated the House rep, the Senate, election went through, and then the presidential, was rigged. And that rigging, I want to emphasize briefly on that rigging. See, that rigging was on February 25th. Even after February 25th, the rigging continued. They are still rigging. INEC is rigging. Even as we're speaking, the rigging has not stopped. That systematic rigging, even after the election, continues. Because as per Dele Farotimi, even because they refused them the election materials.
Yeah.
Even after the election, they refused. I mean, I won't even say, I don't want to use a past tense. It's a war, even up till now. But anyway, they've closed the case, their case. So, we can say that it was a war. They rigged the election. They refused to give them the electoral materials that they paid for. So the rigging was not just February 25th. The systematic rigging continued even after February 25th. The election result with 31, or is it 31, 36% of results, was uploaded, and then the result, the winner was announced. What a shambolic process. How can you do that in a close election, for that matter? In a close election, we know, like in a normal climate, in a more advanced environment, like in the US, for example, in an election, presidential or whatever election, sometimes you will even see 20%, and they will announce the winner in a landslide, a landslide election where they know that the winner. This was a close election, and what that tells me, that made it clear that election result was pre-written. They've already concluded the numbers. They've concluded the numbers, how they are going to go about it, and who the winner is going to be. So regardless what happened on 25th, they will just go ahead and announce the result. But one thing that kind of got them, the surprise that they got rather, is that they never anticipated that Labour Party, we do well. They never anticipated that. So when the results started coming in, and they saw the performance of Labour Party, they had to up their game. Hence, announcing result with 36%, of the result uploaded. So you can see all of that. We know what happened. A bloody result. I think the panelists mentioned that earlier. A blood result. One of the witnesses saying that the blood result does not affect the collation. Then which result did you use then to collate? So all those stuff, is just, so we are just now, accept the judiciary, do the right thing. Let's just all forget the nation called Nigeria. That day that they make that judgment, if they make a wrong judgment, that day, the end of Nigeria, the countdown will begin. That country called Nigeria, except they make the right decision. So it's all eyes are on the judiciary to come out and make, put Nigeria where Nigeria should be, and make the right decisions. Because right now Nigeria is just a laughing stock, of the whole world. So we might just think that we are not seeing anything yet. Even the whole world, they are watching, they are following this process. They are watching it, they are following it. Once that judgment is made, then we will see what will happen, how the entire world will react. That is when they are still, just as we are watching the process closely, with our eyes glued on the judiciary. The world is watching as well. And if not anything, the EU report confirms that the entire world is watching this process, and they must do the right thing for Nigeria to continue to stand as a country. I will leave it there. Mr. Omoye, thanks very much. I really appreciate the opportunity, and thanks to all the panelists, and have a pleasant evening to all. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan. Really appreciate your contribution, your submissions. I mean, we have to keep pushing forward. Thank you for everything that you said. You touched on the video as well. Glad that you, at least you get more time to see the whole thing. It was actually a good one to see. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. Mr. One Love, Thank you. Let's have your final thoughts. Lily, good night. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mr. Wonderful is speaking.
thank you for what you guys are doing. I just want to say, you guys have pretty much said it all. Um, to be frank, I'm just waiting for the Supreme Court right now. That's kind of where I'm putting all my chance. I know this one is over because, like he said, unless the judges just wants to start dividing the country from right now before we even get to the Supreme Court. That's the only way Obi is not going to be declared a winner. Other than that, I am just waiting here patiently to see when the Supreme Court case will start. Probably from a few weeks from now. And because Agbado is definitely going to go to the Supreme Court, whether they like it or not, I know for sure. Um, Besides that, I say thank you for everything. And all the guys in the panel and the one in the comment section. You guys have a good night. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Mr. One Love. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, guys. So, this is it, guys. We'll come to the end of the show. I want to appreciate everyone. Thank you all to everyone that gave me super chat. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, BB, Skystream, Mr. Yell, Oluwasegun, Bimpe. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, guys. So, anyway, I'm going to be drawing the curtain right now, but I'll see you guys on my next one. I probably do a short video. I'm looking forward to what's gonna. I think that since they don't have any weaknesses, I guess the case we're just gonna wait. I think according to the LP lawyer, the next step is for them to for the next 10 days they have something. They have 10 days to respond, and then they would now post a reply. So I guess 10 days time we'll know what happened. But up to the counting down to the 10 days, we'll see what's happening. But before I leave, I want you guys to remember something. These people are up to conspiracy theories. They're always looking for ways to distract people. You notice this whole jam situation with the young girl, see how they're spinning the whole thing, right? And then trying to distract people. Remember, do not be distracted. Our focus is getting this mandate back. So they will look for ways to distract you from paying attention to what's going on with the judiciary. Don't. I'm not saying don't look at what they're spinning, but keep your focus on the judiciary because that's where it really matters. Don't be distracted. These people are up to they're going to be cooking up stuff for the next 10 days. So prepare. You better believe they're going to do that as they're spinning out and bringing out all these conspiracy theories and trying to rile up the tribal sentiments, religious sentiments. Keep your eye on the ball. Don't move left or right. We already know. We've seen it. We've seen them in action. So this should teach us a lesson. Don't be moved, and be very, very attentive to what's going on. Let's keep our eyes on the judiciary, and let's look into the Supreme Court, all the justices of the Supreme Court. Let's familiarize ourselves with them. you know and if you have any social media, if you're on Twitter, wherever you are, hashtag judiciary on trial, all eyes on the judiciary. Don't get your eyes off the judiciary. So thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you all. I will see you guys on my next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.